Welcome to Meadowbrook Members Podcast. I am Jelly, otherwise known as Glaister Prince, and my co-host is Hitchcock, otherwise known as Alfred Henry. Our mission on this podcast series is to explore the stories behind the magic that was created at Meadowbrook. When over a span of 4 years, between 1982 and 1986, we saw the transformation of a small co-educational school with less than 1,200 students, 800 boys, 800 girls and 400 boys into a successful sports and scholastic champion, winning 7 major trophies, 3 Sunlight Cup, 2 Topping Cup, 1 Walker Cup, and 1 Nutriment Shield. And to crown these achievements, Meadowbrook also produced 2 Rhodes Scholars, Cavell Creighton in 1987 and Andrea Wright in 1989, both graduates of Meadowbrook in 1983. In this podcast series, we'll be speaking to persons, both males and female, who are actively involved in this incredible journey, along with friends and staff at Meadowbrook, which inspired the environment which created this golden era. We hope you enjoy our discussion. Please give us as much support and encouragement as you can on whatever social media platform you are listening. Welcome and thanks for joining us. All right, ready? So remember to like, share, and subscribe these Meadowbrook Members podcasts so neither you nor your friends will miss another Meadowbrook conversation. Thanks. Go. Today is Saturday, May 20th, 2023. I welcome back to another conversation about Meadowbrook Memories. Me as usual, Jelly, our Glaister, our Lance, our Prince. Any one of those names will do. Joining us today is Luke Witter. And as I had said from Luke 1.3 podcast, only I return around more miles to Meadowbrook than Lukey. And you must go back and listen to Lukey Meadowbrook Members and his own words on episode number 4. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe while listening. Our next co-host, and yes, we have 2 co-hosts today because of a privilege of a big-time ball as our guest today. But anyway, our guest is one of the best goalkeeper. Our co-host, our other co-host, one of the best goalkeeper ever come keep between the sticks of Meadowbrook uniform. And in my mind, I talk about people may say only the great Lyle Piggy Williams could have competed without this course. So welcome back, Tippy Clark. And you should go back and listen to Tippy Meadowbrook Members on episode number 46. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe while listening. Our guest today don't really need no introduction because he's the most celebrated and decorated striker who ever come to Meadowbrook. He described himself on the Discord channel as Ray Barger, from the name of that great Boys Town player, Ray Stevenson, who took no prisoners back in the 1980. However, my nickname for our guest tonight is that from that legendary German striker from the 1974 World Cup, Gerd Muller, who was top scorer for that World Cup. Because our guest was Meadowbrook Gerd Muller. And he took us to our first and so far only Walker Cup trophy in 1986, and only one of 2 schools to win the now defunct Nutriment Shield. Our guest scored some of the most memorable goals in Meadowbrook football history, and even though it's almost 40 years, I can still remember most of them goals like yesterday. He came to Meadowbrook as a defender and was transformed into a striker who led the charge to Meadowbrook creating football history. But without further ado, Meadowbrook members, welcome Bobby Smith to the conversation. Introduce yourself, Bobby.
Blessed love. Bobby Smith up on the broadcast here. Yeah. Come on Meadowbrook in 1984. Come see a great, great team. And appreciate it so much. And big memories for all of the man them when we play with on that team there. And go school with. They come like brothers and all up to today. The man them come like brothers to me same way. Still link with a lot of man them same way. And I love it. I'm proud of my team. I'm proud of my brother them. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Bobby. I'll get to that. And Luke, you reintroduce back yourself, my brother.
Yeah, man. Luke Witter here. 79 to 86. Went to 6 forms. So went to 86. I graduated 84. And it was a pleasure to be a part of the team in 86 with the great Bobby Smith and Tipper Lee, which was 83 to 85. These 2 guys came to Meadowbrook and lifted the standard. So I'm happy to be here today to speak with them.
Yeah, man. And Tippy, introduce yourself back, my brother.
Yeah, man. Blessed love again. Meadowbrook, you don't know. Meadowbrook for life. Noel Tippy Clark. 83 to 85, you know. Glad to be on this conversation, yeah. You know what I mean? This is going to be a memorable one. You see it?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I feel that already, too, man. Blockbuster, as I say. So, yeah. So, Bobby, but I know you know. I know you listen to the conversation, because I said that earlier, and everybody who come on the program, I get the first question, you know, did you choose Meadowbrook or Meadowbrook chose you?
Well, in a sense of both, you know. Because when I was going to Pembroke High School, I used to play Walker Cup. Thing there. Minor league for Med Forest and
Medieval.
No,
Medieval.
okay,
Sorry,
yeah.
Medieval. Sorry. Thank you, Luke.
Of course.
And the great, I still put on great Panimal though him pass and gone. David on, that's Wagga.
Yeah, man. I have to big him up. Bobby. True. Big respect to him, yeah.
Man, bring me forward for the team, and you have a guy named we used to go to Pembroke named Frecky. He used to live off Red Hills Road. And he bring we go there to play minor league, and we was playing, and it's a year to me. And like me off, and him did want me come to the team. So, you know, that had the choice of me to go in there, but I never really did want to come to Meadowbrook. I didn't want to go to a trade school because I didn't want to have a trade. So I did planning to go to Stats at a St. Andrew Technical, but them never upset me. So I just turn over and go to Meadowbrook. And it was amazing, you know what I'm saying? Thank God for that.
Yeah.
I was on the phone, I come up to our brothers, them right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Respect.
So you kind of know Meadowbrook there before, Bobby, before you come on the campus?
We never really go into the school, but I know the Meadowbrook, because we usually, as liquor youth, used to go a mango bush and up in Meadowbrook, and enough open land they used to up there, and we usually go to go pick mangoes and all them things as a liquor youth. You know? So we know about Meadowbrook, but we never know nothing about the school and all those things about the school, but we know about it still.
But you know, walk from far. You walk from far. You can't come from over Waterhouse, Jerusalem area. Only reach Meadowbrook. Eh?
Then I look at you tonight, we have a mango bush. I look at you just Eagle Road, boy.
But Jelly, actually, we usually leave from the school, Pembroke secondary.
Oh, secondary school. Okay, I got you. Yeah.
Now come down Pembroke Drive and come across Kennel Bridge.
It's a little closer from Pembroke, Pembroke Museum. Yeah, man. So you kind of have an idea what the school is then, Bobby, but you never been inside of the school.
No, we never been inside the school. We used to walk past it like one time we got training. And remember, Wagga did live right up the block from the school.
Yeah, man, Wagga live right in front of the prep school, you have to call it. Yeah, what I wrote the name of Luke. I'm on inside that Flemington. Yeah, man. Wagga was a good. Yeah, go ahead, Bobby.
Yeah, we used to walk past the school to go down a bottom field, because we usually, meet up over Wagga sometime, or we have to meet up at the bottom field.
Yeah.
So me know the school.
So what impression you get at the school before you start coming to school, Bobby? What idea, what you think the school was like before you come in to school?
Well, I know say it was an academical school. I never know too much about it, because Meadowbrook wasn't up on the map like, Calabar, Casey, Wolmer's and all those big schools. So, I never know too much about it. But after when I started to play, minor league, I realized, it's a nice little school, quiet, in a quiet neighborhood, and it's not a lot of violence. And where we come from, we face that a lot. So after a while, I realized it was a good school to really attend.
They say now, if you come truck nobody at the school, you're easy.
No, I just be in love, just be in love.
Yeah, man. So the first day you come inside of the school now, what impression you get when the first day you come out of the school now, Bobby?
Well, the first time I come to the school, I meet Mr. Year at the gate. Because he tell me if I come meet him, so come at the gate and meet him. It was a good memories to really step into the school and see the school, how clean it was, Marcy, and it was warm welcome. I'm not telling a lie, it was a warm welcome feelings. I'm kind of strange when I come in the cars because I come from a secondary school to a high school. I'm looking all over the whole school, and it wasn't looking to me like a school. It just more looked like a house. Some houses, I say, all the way the place situate.
See, a man said that, Bobby. A man same thing says that a man come there and look place for rent. Thinks it's an apartment complex.
Yeah, honestly.
So, Bobby, were you training with the Manning Cup team before you step foot on the Meadowbrook campus and meet Mr. Here? Because that's a difference, because, we sort of, once them start training with the group over the summer, it's sort of like them feel already welcomed by the players. Going on the school is not going to give them as much of a shock. You understand the message, Ellie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well,
so,
to answer
what's the case with your scenario?
Yeah, to answer that, Lukey, me never really getting out of school yet. Because remember, it's like the year before, it was minor league, and then, him want me to come to a bottom field me used to go. I never used to go into the school, period.
Right, but you were amongst us, and we were making you feel welcome. Because remember, me soon see them come. Yeah, man.
But I did talk to, hold on, Bobby. I did talk to you earlier. You come in, because I said that was the first time man have to come out of school the year before the school year start to make sure him qualify. So what time of the year they come in, Bobby?
I come in just after the Easter holiday.
Okay, all right. The last term then, right, before the school year finish, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, I was like, in a bottom field. I know most of the man them were used to play. Like I tell you, I know about Angel and all of those guys. I used to see them like the year before.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I know a couple of the man them, and them did welcome me because the last time when I come in at the first time, the last couple, I think in August, I started to come training. And Mr. Year tell me, say, I should start to come in more early and whatever. I plan him, they don't have him team already. So him never really take me. So I just come in the following year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because what happened is, Jelly, when we go in and think, Bobby never, like him tell you, say him did more want to go stats. Him never really sure that of our interest, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, Mr. Year never took him that year. But him tell him that definitely the following, school term.
Oh, so you start before him, Tippy. You come remember the year before him?
Me start 83 and him start.
Okay.
But him was supposed to start the same year with me, but Bobby never really showed the interest. That's why Mr. Year never, but Mr. Year did love him and want him. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So it did automatic when him in the following year. You know what I say? It did automatic.
So Mr. Year that coach the team from how long them time there with Lukey? Mr. Year just start coach the Manning Cup team?
Yeah. Mr. Year start coach the Manning Cup team 83.
Okay.
That's when he from me.
Oh, this
because
was
Virtue was coach 82. When I play Colts 82, Virtue was still the coach there, and Mr. Here was the coach of 82. Colts team.
Colts team reached the finals, yeah.
Right, reached the finals. And then now when them see that these kids were moving up and Virtue decided to leave, Mr. Here take over the Manning Cup. 83.
Yeah. So what was it like now, Bobby, when you come on the campus now? Because you say I go on a bottom field, but when you step in at the school campus, what was the impression like when you walk in at the school campus and go into the classroom?
Well, at the time, I never go into the classroom now. It's a year bring me go see Miss McLennan, as we will call her, spanner. At the time, so honestly, when I go in there, I was shocked. Because as I tell them, I go in there and when bring me in our office, and it kind of surprised me if you say, a man coming to school in just a shorts and a jersey. and just a sneakers on him foot as well with a car crib.
And him dressed down him car to see him,
Yeah.
And he bring me in our office, and when he bring me to the office, he said to her, I said, Miss McLennan, this is Raymond Smith, a guy where I like to come in on the team, the Manning Cup team. She was kind of skeptical. I don't know why. And, on my report card from Pembroke School, to me, it was good. But she see a mistake on one of the subject, and she said to him, but yeah, he passed all his subject, but in English, him have a low mark. And it was surprising to me, Jelly, Tippy, I don't know if me ever said this to you, and Lukey, the man slap him on the desk. And said to her, you want the man inside here, yes or no? Him talk up and I'm no.
Yeah.
And she look up on him like, how did this man disrespect me or what? In front of and him walk out of the office.
Really, Bobby? And that the dread though?
Yeah.
Lord.
And him leave her alone. Him leave me and her alone inside the office, and she said go and call him. And he come back and he asked her again. He said, do you want him, yes or no? And she's like, okay, I consider it, so, I will make him come in, but him have to step up and whatsoever. Him said, that's what you should say from long time. And, she give him, she bring me in at the team, because the officer this is a team, so she bring me upon the team, and, she give me an epaulet, and tell me, what's up, and I go to the, she tell me what class I was going into and all those stuff. And from that, Meadowbrook was a dream.
But what on there?
That was fourth farm or that was fifth farm? That was fourth farm, right?
Yes, I got fourth farm.
Right, because that's where we actually decide which class we want, arts and science or,
A matter of fact, I think at third farm, she put me,
Mm-hmm.
I think at third farm.
No, because you repeat fifth, right? So it will be you do fourth farm, fifth farm, and fifth farm again.
Yeah, but remember I come in early. I come in
the year before.
Yeah. That's right.
Then I went the third farm, the east, and then fourth farm, the September. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It looked like I just 3 years, but like 3 years in a term.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So hold on, before you go on, Bobby, Chippy, as some say you did have a rough up spanner for you?
No, man. Mr. You never have a rough up spanner, man. My team is too smooth.
So people look more jovial and friendly.
My team is too smooth.
I know somebody come for get trouble, with the girls. Because these guys come from Pembroke, which was already co-ed, So the transition for them was easier.
Yeah. But you know what when I ask you, I never know that when a Bobby say I said the dread I got bad for the people them when like and want. That's a big thing you tell me. I said I never know that at all,
I respect the man to the ground when he walk on, man.
You have to. You have to. In front of you, it's not like you must say to you, go outside, come and deal with that.
Right here, the man slapped the desk, Jelly. Bam! And I turn around and look at him because I'm kind of frightened. If you see,
a teacher do that.
A teacher really I do this to the principal.
And I do it.
And it's like,
yeah, go ahead, Bobby.
And she turn around and look at him like, what are you doing? If him did do it like if him and her alone maybe, but I'm right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like him I try to say, yo, I want this guy from last year and the guy wasn't showing me no interest and now him showing me the interest. You don't want him? It's like that's what I try to say to himself. To me, that's what I think him saying.
Yeah.
No nonsense sportsman. That's the dread style. No nonsense sports. I can't forget the time when I like the clappers on the desk and bust it and man get about to the meeting and say we're not entering this year. Man just withdraw the team right away as a mere power him just said no, we're not entering this year.
And learning a lesson. Yeah.
That's no nonsense sportsman.
Yeah, man.
Then the same time we shoot ourselves on the foot when them all take out Salt or him bench some of the big players them because of discipline.
Yeah.
No nonsense.
Yeah.
So Bobby, when you go to the classroom now, and you say no, but I say like in the Easter term this now, what was the impression like when you go into the classroom,
Well, it was a warm and welcome, but I did still have that fear because honestly, when I go to Meadowbrook, it was like I was like a back in education.
Mm-hmm.
Meadowbrook was more advanced. High school is more advanced than secondary school.
Definitely. So, better quality teachers and all them things. Yeah.
So when I got there now, and I was in, as I said, third form, some of the stuff them I was learning them from Permacal.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't, Permacal standard and for them standards were the more high quality standard. So I was like, damn, I wonder what's gonna happen to me in this class. But I don't give a story to the teacher take me up and tell me if I come read in the class. And I reached there to,
And what did you remember the teacher name, Bobby?
No, I can't remember her name. It was an English teacher. I can't remember her name. And she gave me a book for read. And I said, no, I ain't reading. And she's like, why? I was like, no, I'm shy. I just come into school and you're giving me a book for read. And she waited until after the class. She called me and she told me to sit down and she gave me the book. And I read the book. And she said, so why you afraid to read? And I was like, school where I'm coming from, if you read and make a mistake, the kids them laugh off of you in class. And she's like, don't worry about this. These kids is not like that. They will more help you if they realize, say, you cannot do your schoolwork more than, take you as a jeer or a mockery whatsoever, she said to me at the time. And I was like, okay, I kind of started to feel more, settle down in a
at
class
home,
and all
feel
those
more
things.
at ease, yeah.
Yeah, I feel more at home when she talked to me. So, but she never really called me up again, called me out like that. I think maybe she just want to see, where I'm at in school and all that stuff. So she was doing that.
And what some of the people remember, Bobby, in the classroom, the first time you go in a classroom?
Well, I think at the time was Billy.
Was that Billy Lion?
We'd have a guy in the name, we call him Butty. I can't remember his name, his right name. And
Garfield Taylor.
Garfield Taylor. Boy, Tippy, I want to hear memories, road boy. What you eat?
I'm gonna remember the name,
Tell me how Tippy.
A couple of them still not telling me. I can't really remember a couple of them names still, but them they just make me feel comfortable in school in class after a while, because I don't know if because I come there and them know say I come to play the Manning Cup team too, when I'm going to like all Pekka and all them thing, them bring me out to Pekka at the time and walla with around Pekka then. As I said, I didn't know Tippy, Benton, Bull, and Richie Lodge and Witter them. I know all of them man they will play minor league with, and I used to see them on the bottom field. So I did feel more comfortable around them man. But just in the classroom at the time, I did kind of feel nervous because of my first time going to, high school in those environments. So I did feel a way at the time. But we settled down real fast, and all English and all them, man. I didn't know all of these, man. So I settled down real fast. You know what I'm saying?
So what the first Manning Cup match you remember I played for Meadowbrook?
Well, I'm telling you the truth. Maybe we tell them that more remember them thing there. I don't remember the exact team them when I play, but I used to play a center forward. I used to play. I know that.
Originally, a center forward did I play?
Originally.
Oh, really?
I used to play center forward. From I'm 7 years old, backtrack a little bit. This guy named Gulos from Waterhouse used to have a little under 12 team, under 13 team. He used to coach me, and we used to play then. So a center forward I used to play, but when I used to play for thing there, I think when I just go to Meadowbrook, and then I used to kick the ball them over the bar. So they figure if they bring me back to play center off, I will be more effective at center off, kicking the ball those high and all those long.
I got you. Kick out the ball. I got you.
Yes.
Makes sense.
He have a strong kick, He have a super strong kick, Prince.
Powerful kick.
So when he kick the ball stay kick, him and English and them man there, and Bird, them in a different category, And them kick the ball like they kick them Ferdinand Bent.
Yeah.
So when him kick the ball and him kick it, so I put so much in the kick that him not keep him foot down and him not over it as much. So the ball now travel ground cutter, so it just a rise eternally high.
Yes, I can't see why they dread want to put him a center half. Yeah.
Pull him back now, so by the time him kick it out to the 18, it will drop by the time it reach the next goal.
Yeah. So Tippy, you didn't know Bobby as a striker and make him make that up.
No, man, that me I tell you, say Bobby was the original striker from in my days, from primary days, you know. A forward, them always play.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
But just like me say, you know, I mean, him could handle the club, but originally a striker. Check, I want to play primary league, secondary league, and All Island. You know, them have a league named All Island, you know, within the secondary school. Them.
Yeah.
A forward him play, him always play forward.
We never know
But
that.
he had to come in as a forward because we had Bull and Benton who did have that luck for
A
83
centre
and
half.
84.
Yeah. Say come in as a forward, Bobby.
Plus, you did have Jano as reserve centre half because let me tell you how the progression go. After the big Meadowbrook man them leave and we never have no defense coming up. I just me and Jano would play Coles at centre half was the progression coming up, and then you have Minot and Squitty and Spencer Wong at wing back for the Coles team, right? But what happened is when we step up to the next level now, I was always a small bodied person. So Dread never see me as a centre half at that time. So the Dread start move me now to the wing back and eventually use me as a utility player. But centre half was not my role anymore. So he needed that person for centre half. However, in bringing Bull and Benton, and when those two guys came with Howie Smith, them have it locked. Me couldn't see a game against Howie Smith because Howie Smith was totally a step above me. So 83, when Tippy was there, you had Boom and Howie Smith as the wing backs and Bull and Benton as centre half, a strong defense line, which carried us and made us formidable foes against the big dog them. And when Bobby come now, Bull and Benton was still there. And as I come now, me and mine now assimilate yourself and became the wing back with the green and blue jersey. The green jersey with the blue stripe them running down one side. And so never need Bobby at centre half at that time. What we needed now was a forward because Salter wasn't coming out. And we had Lester King and I think Ferdinand Bent that year and Richie Lodge. So they still need, a forward. So that's where Bobby came in.
We never know that, Bobby. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Loki just mentioned Ferdinand Bent. Ferdinand Bent played with me. Who is Ferdinand Bent?
No, Ferdinand Bent played. Sorry, not Bent. I said Bent. I meant Andrew Earl. Andrew Earl played 83. Right. I'm trying to remember if he played. I don't think he played 84 with us.
No, he didn't play 84. He just played 1 year.
Ferdinand didn't play 82, Loki. Ferdinand didn't play 82. Yeah.
Correct. No, I'm saying Ferdinand because we just looked on Andrew Earl and Ferdinand as in the same year, but that's not even true.
Yeah.
It's Andrew Earl I meant to say. So it's Bird. So when Bird was there in 83, and we know that Bird will leave sixth farm now. He needed a forward to replace it because we had Lester who was also leaving, So 84 now we're going to it now. That's why we even had to recruit Raymond, because I don't think Raymond played 83, We had to recruit Raymond hard because we need Raymond Robinson. We need attackers and we didn't have enough coming out. Not that we don't have them at Meadowbrook, they were there.
Yeah, but
we didn't have them coming out.
Yeah,
especially the one, Robert Salter, him never really
him was
returned,
I love him come tell him story why him never, because trust me, I one of the most talented man I play ball I made early. But so Bobby, so you say you come there as a striker now and then the dread turning a defender?
Yes, in a sense, he put me to play when Benton them leave, as Witter just said, and I was kicking the ball them over the bar and all over the whole place. He bring me back and put me say, all right, Bobby, me I gonna bring you go come centre half, and I never too like it because it's never something where it was into me from I was young, so I never liked playing centre half, and I used to love score because I was quick, as everybody know I could have run. So I was like bustling and this hustling thing. I used to into it that way. And I wasn't a skillful player. I was more like a space player. Push the ball in the space, I run on it and I kick it, boom. That's what I used to play.
Hold on. You describe who you was. Yeah, I don't know me at all. Lukey and Tippy, you know Gerd Muller?
Yeah. I didn't watch much of his games, but I know about him.
You hear the name Tippy, yeah?
Yeah, we hear the name.
Come on, we know Gerd
Bobby,
Muller.
Muller play for Germany. Yes, we watch it.
Yeah, man. 74 German when Beckenbauer captain of the team. Gerd Muller scored the whole of the... It's like how Bobby had to describe when play. I saw Gerd Muller play, Bobby. When this podcast done, we'll go and see the goal of Gerd Muller score. That's an interview game, man. Wow. Yeah, man. You describe how you play? I saw Gerd Muller play, man.
Can you liken him to somebody in the English Premier League now? Maybe it's like Lukaku, push down people and just...
Yeah. But Gordon never big,
Well,
you know. Gordon was a bus, but no give my into the 18-yard box, man. He might turn by and kick it, man. But go ahead, Bobby. I see me as describe yourself, man. I just want to see the goal and sniff it.
Yeah, and then, backtrack a little bit more with Mr. Year now. He was like a hands-on coach for us to do certain things. And I don't know if it's because he was an Englishman and him have that, into him, or a European guy, him have that into him. But a lot of things him teach us where transform we to becomes the man who we are in football, as in soccer in America. But that man, there's some things where him teach we,
yeah, man.
fundamental football. He loved this running up and down still, but what I don't like, period, because I'm not training for track and field.
Circuit training.
I'm training
Circuit
football.
training.
You're the one with a kind love this thing and hear him.
Yeah, man.
Him and the one solid them and we are run from Meadowbrook all the way about 6 mile and come back and all them things. Running up hills. I never like it.
You talk about park, you talk about 6 mile, all rock all and all them places, man.
And none of them never like it, Lance, man. And especially the one, Buffy, because Buffy, though, when we run go to Rampton, Buffy find out a shortcut for come back down to Manningside,
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah,
all the way from Rampton to Manningside, him cut, I don't know how him find a shortcut there. But the man them cut and come through and wait till the gobble of them, who is always leading the charge in these road runs. And me personally never choose to challenge them. I must say, I think at one time I challenged them in a 12-minute run at the bottom field. I run left them. I mean, no matter potential for challenge them. Not that I could beat them all the time, right? I don't think so. But, put somebody there who challenge them. Because Tony Moore could challenge them as well.
Yeah.
But was one of them who just never liked the road run and was cut it off.
Maybe I could have challenged Patrick, but the one Paul, I don't know where him below that. You know what I'm saying?
So
when him decide to run, it's like him a donkey, him not stop.
no, stop none at all. Yeah.
Last time I did challenge them, I actually come second behind Patrick in our 800 with Minot and Wiggy and Facey, and all of them who thought that they could control up the medals for that, because I say every day we got cricket training in a loop. Every day we run 2 laps around the field, and that's a 800 meter. So all of the cricket man them register for it, And I say, and even Wiggy was saying, Luke, you should come and run, man, because I always round them. I just never choose to play the cricket at the time because girls was my priority. So that time now, I say, all right, when I go run, so I go home every evening and run from Estate Runabout to the foot of the hill and go back down. The first time I do 18 minutes, then I cut it down to 11 minutes, I know I'm ready. It's a sports day. Me like a fool, I follow Upton English. I call me sport billion and I wear headband on my forehead. When the man them take off, them left me back in them. I was probably second to last. So I run down the field and pass them. With the right from Patrick Gabler heels at the time I run from the back to the front. I come second, but what I'm never going to further is the headband. I start feeling dizzy because it's got the blood to me. So the sport thing after that, that's the way. But yeah, man, I come second to Patrick in a sports day. And not far behind either.
So Bobby, where some of the tactics in Madrid teach you talk about? Tell me some of them tactics you talk about.
He teach me like more control, over control the ball. He teach me how to keep down the ball after a while, because as what Vita was saying, when I used to kick the ball, my knee never used to be over. I never went forward over the ball. I used to lean back. And he always tell me, say, why you leaning back? And I was like, I don't know. I just can't catch it, get over it. So what he started to do is like, give me the ball and tell me, say, lean over it and try. Before I get the ball, he usually just tell me, say, imagine I'm kicking the ball, lean forward and kick it. Lean forward and kick. And, I'm following through too much. Because like when I used to kick, I used to go right through. And him said, no, you cannot go right through like that. And he usually teach us a thing. So I don't remember if Vita remember that. He usually make we use our head and buck the ball them over the goal post. And then we usually have the rail in them on the bottom field. And he usually make we use, like we foot them and kick the ball them over the goal, over the rail in them. That means it might make we get control over the ball.
You mean like a lawn tennis game?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Remember the lawn tennis game? Mm.
Yeah. He usually teach us all of that. And then he make we do a lot of 4-4, like a man in a 2 man in the middle and 4 man out at the end. And he usually make a bounce it. Then him take out 1 man and make 1 man stay in it. And then we have to bounce the ball to one another. So that's where we get that little short pass, technical game, that short pass, boom, boom, space. And I used to love it because that was my game.
Yeah, he would make the quadrangle and then, three up on the corner, one in the middle, and them have to intercept, or two in the middle. And we have to really one touch to each corner.
Yep. So that's where the fundamental of the game where him started to teach me, And the year before, I remember he was teaching Owie Smith. He have like 4 of us on the 18-yard box, on the far part of the 18-yard box. The rest of guy them in the middle. And Owie Smith supposed to be the one as a corner kicker. And him always take corners.
Yeah,
him
dead ball.
A long corner and him pint him and him tap him foot on the ground when it's a short corner. So we all know that. So when Owie Smith go now and he put his hand up, we know say it's a long corner. So the 4 of us from the far 18, we divide ourselves out. You know what I'm saying? When we're running, 1 man run to the 6-yard box, 1 man run back to the back post, 1 man, and then the short corner now, he usually use like Patrick right at the short corner pole. So if we come up with it short, him flick it with him head or whatever and flick it with, and then we run on it. These are the like a fundamental him used to show us. So we learn these things from the great Mr. Year.
Yeah, him actually position us for the run on, and him said, "Don't go in the box. Let the ball come over first, then you run into the ball, so the ball end up in front of you."
Yep.
And it's something him teach us. And that's what I like about Mr. Here's coaching. Him not just put you through drills. I have some coaching, them just put you through drills, And you do the drill and you don't know what the essential of that drill was for.
Yeah, he told you when him talking to you, like, and then again too, he teach me a thing with me and Emil, because he usually have me and Emil to play center forward, but generally one go up on the left wing and one go up on the right wing, and then we come in, one come into the middle, one go to the right wing, one come into the go. He usually teach us that, and then him teach us a diagonal run, he call it, And when he teach us that run, that's what we use to win most games when I go center forward.
Yes.
I remember when he teach us.
He actually walked us through these positional plays most times. And I'm have to really give credit to him because he would stop the game. Do him and stop. And then say, "What are you doing here? What are you doing here?" And I'm tell you where you're supposed to be, wherever the ball is, and make you know where you're supposed. That's all me know as a wing back. You're supposed to hang outside the 18 when the ball's queer. But the header coming out. And him tell you why you need to be there and all that. And so this is where you're supposed to be for the balls coming out. This is where you're as a forward supposed to be. In walk everybody through them positional play.
When I sound like say him could have give Pepper run for him money I know.
Boy, definitely have I don't know. Him definitely have class though, because him turned a lot of us who are not like the big players from we were 12, 13
big brand
into
baller,
players after 15, 16. Because I am one of them. I wasn't a big player at Pepsi or not even Coles.
Yeah.
One thing I could head, but the foot play and the positional play is him have to fit that part in. When we put it all together, I end up playing Manning Cup.
Because I really are saying him turn into much better players,
Yes, man.
Much better. On the game improve a whole heap. Yeah. I saw you see it to Bobby.
100%.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
He was, as I was saying, he was a no-nonsense coach, but he was a principal coach too. You know what I'm saying? He make you feel like you're comfortable.
And it was, in my mind, was more than a coach. It was like a sports psychologist in terms of him attack to an element.
Yeah.
And
talk, encourage you not to doubt yourself.
And talk the game and all them things. Yeah.
Which you never, Tippy, you never seen him play yet?
Yes, man. Christmas League.
Top field.
Yeah.
Play, man.
Christmas League, top field. And I think 1 year he played with the Colts team. And when he went to the Colts team, you guys weren't there that time, I don't think so. Maybe 82, possibly 82 December. Christmas League, top field. Yeah, man, the Dread can play, man.
Man, I see him play already. You know, I said, damn, the Dread can play.
Yeah, man, you ever seen him kick a dead ball yet?
Yeah,
Not
kick
much
it
of it.
hard. Him kick it hard. Yeah,
He
for
kick
real.
it
One of the
hard.
most disciplined coach in all my life. I play football.
Yep.
Me, I tell you, man.
Mm.
Come on,
That's
there. When it come on to discipline, trust me, I'm not play.
So Bobby,
But
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
No,
He
go
make
ahead.
we lose. He make we lose couple match still, you know. I ain't gonna say that,
True.
but with him discipline,
because of discipline.
because of
Because
that's
of-
what I'm saying. Because of discipline, he make we lose couple game, man.
No,
Where,
hold on. You can't blame him for that. If the man them
I
discipline,
was going to say.
and the man them
Yeah,
make we lose
it's
the
more
match,
fault.
and not him.
Yes.
We're not
Yes.
blaming him, you know. We're not blaming him, but sometimes him could have been a little more lenient. That's what we try to say, you know.
No.
No, Luke, you agree to hear,
No.
sir.
No.
No, but Jelly, why Bobby say that, you know? One of the match we did lose, we look up. Look up, they have a reason, a legitimate reason why him, you know what I mean?
I will
Why him
talk
couldn't come
about
and
that then.
train.
Talk about that then, Bobby.
How to judge this game?
Tip
Yeah,
it.
the judges game they were on the bench. Look up.
Tip it. It wasn't a legitimate reason. What the legitimate reason was?
No, look, me I say, look up, they have a reason why I'm gonna come to training. Cause they have him sister they end up left and they have babysitter and gonna come to training.
That's a lie.
That's the day
The
before.
reason why him bench
Yeah,
look up. Aye. The reason why him bench look up. Look up, tell the man that that's the thing them did. Just like how me did lie to him this year and tell him I want to come the year because my grandmother dead and whatever. That was a lie. He thought about him have a stay with him sister. Lie. He tell the man that, but he play for
Doing
doing
the
the
part.
part. And when he played that thing there, I guys said, you know, shouldn't say this on the podcast, but I gotta use it. Him kind of stupid away. He score. So when him score, they write him up in the newspaper.
No man never have nothing farm upon him. No man never have a bus upon him. They just read that paper.
No, me not think so, Jelly. I don't know where Bobby get that from. I don't think Dred didn't know the reason. If that was the case, but that it's not like Dred didn't know that I didn't make that been known. I don't think so.
Hold on.
Noel Clark. Make I finish the story. That's what the Dred said. The Dred said he scored the goal. Where him think him was gonna see if him score a goal.
Right. I remember something like that.
The Dred tell him that, Bobby.
It's very vague, but I remember
The Dred
something
tell
like
him that.
Yeah, and read the newspaper because remember the man that sports them man.
Yeah,
So them
man.
read
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what you see.
May I tell you, Tippy, I don't believe Bobby yes or no. Because the Dred now got bench him if him give me the reason about it. But him can't prove that, you know. The Dred, let me tell you, the type of disciplinarian, and my name said disciplinarian, the type of principled man the Dred was.
Yep.
He might have bench you if him have a good reason for bench you. And if him find you say, him can read the paper and have it in black and white and say the man goes play when him tell him say don't play.
Him not change.
Him not change. And you can't blame him.
And if I was his sister, him have to look after. You think Mr. Year that bench him for that?
No, that may I said too, but even that in them couldn't prove that, you know. As a matter of fact, when the Dred probably go down and look up yard, go look for him sister and see if I throw. Don't you know that already?
Yeah, I saw Mr. Year still.
Yeah, man, then the governor them said the Dred come at them yard, man, and come look for them mother. That may I tell you, say it wouldn't be nothing him go down and do in the park look up used to live.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Permacal. Him live on Annandale.
Oh, and Permacal, yes, yeah, right. Forget that Permacal used to live. Right. So I don't know big walk that from here come a Permacal come look look up, see if I threw him attack. So yeah. But look up, can't come tell him story if him there about still. Him free for come on.
Him there about man. Me talk to him recently about earlier this year.
Open invitation for him, man. Make him know. So him can come talk him story and him ready the same way. So
Mr. Year taught that in the game after that. I think at the same game, him taught that.
So man, yeah. Let me ask you something, Bobby. What you learn from that when you see Mr. Year do that?
Well, let me just tell you a while ago, the man is just a disciplinary man, but sometimes we feel, you know, as a young youth at the time, you're saying to yourself, him could have give him a break. But him so discipline, you know, him figure say the man lied to him. I better the man they come tell him the truth. And that's what I feel. It's better you come and tell him the truth and make him decide if he want to make you go, yes or no. But him vividly tell him no, he don't want none of us play no big league football.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can't get money. we can get damaged.
Yeah,
So
and
he
I'm
tell us
right.
that.
I'm right. I'm right about
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
That's true.
Because even when I was playing for Waterhouse, you know, him was there at the time, him did leave. But, you
Right.
know, we did still have that little timid of me playing for Waterhouse and could get damaged too. But, you know, with my two last year, in the first year, I played for Waterhouse, then I play a following year again, then I migrate to the United States. You know, I would still have that fear playing schoolboy football and get damaged same way.
Yeah,
You know, because I was like getting big in schoolboy football. So you never really want to get damaged and then in big man and they could turn around and say this and say that after a while. So, you know, when looking back at it, he said to himself, you know, he never do the wrong thing. I was just looking out for we as young players and the younger kids and all those stuff.
Yeah, man. If I look out for him, man, because at the time, you know, and I don't know what it is right now, schoolboy football carry a bigger premium than Major League or National League at the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Without a doubt. You have better opportunity if you shine at schoolboy football, you can get scholarship and it's when I said to you, you play National League, although a big man thing and you want to play the big man them. But you're small. You can't get damaged easy to play for weight name there. But yeah. No, me nah go fight the dread for the principal position there or something.
Well, we're not faulting still. I'm just saying him could have give you a break.
No,
A judge do you play. And if look up play that game there.
So what year that was? The last year Tippy play?
Yeah, my last year that.
85. Okay. All right, so talk about some of the matches then, Bobby. The year before we win Walker Cup. Talk about that year then, in terms of say.
Oh my gosh. That year we had Georges and Casey to play at Sabina Park, I think.
Yep.
So talk about some of the memorable matches. You never you just strike that year.
Calabar down there. That is the year we play Calabar and Washi bust the shot from 40 yards out and Tippy said, shot that I go over the bar and guide the ball under the bar.
That's how Washi Bogle?
One coolie youth when in Washington from Calabar.
Okay,
or Washington. I don't know.
Yeah. So that's what we say year last year, Bobby.
Yeah. After I said it wrong earlier. The green and blue is the third year for Tippy. Am I right, Tippy? The yellow and green, the one where the water, when you sweat, you have to hold it up and run. Was the second year.
That's my first year. Tippy last year.
First year. That heavy jersey there, right. So we had the white jersey was the first year, 83 for you, Tippy. And the next year was the green and yellow, which was Bobby's first year. Then the third year now was Raymond's first and only year, was the green and blue, Raymond Robinson, that is. Yeah. And then the fourth year was the blue and yellow Brazil colors when Tippy wasn't there and Bobby Smith was the star.
Yep.
So before you go into that, Bobby, the first year you come in now, you just start? You didn't make the squad or the team?
Yeah. That's what I told you.
Yeah.
I was playing center forward the first time when I come in because that's when Mr. Year bring me there to play.
So we are playing center forward.
Patrick was up front.
Repeat that?
Benton was still centre half, so it must be you and Patrick playing up front. We had Richie as a change. Richie, me and Richie was on the bench.
Me and Patrick used to play up front.
Yes.
I think that team, the base of me, Patrick, Paul, Twitter, look up.
Yes.
And Benton, Bull, always Smith.
Mm-hmm.
We used to play right back. We used to play right back then.
I must say, the green and yellow, I'm not sure if Ricketts was there that year. Who was playing wing back? Jano, maybe?
I think it was Jano.
Tournamore. Remember, Tournamore was still on the team.
Tournamore didn't start, I think, when the first year when I got here.
Yeah, man. Tournamore play wing back 2 years in a row. Year where
it might have been Tournamore. That's why I overlook it. It might have been Tournamore because that green and yellow year, the Dread brought me on as change for left wing and centre mid. I was not playing wing back that year.
So your name not start then, Lukey?
No, I wasn't starting. My second year manning up, I wasn't starting.
Yeah. Always Smith a licky mode. Him can't start.
Always Smith have that lock.
Have it locked down, yeah.
But just remember, the Dread is also a strategist. The Dread put me in a game against Diego. And him say, Luke, you can play centre mid. And the Jed never trained me for centre mid. I tell me how to play centre mid before. Him just know that I'm a bustling, hard-working individual. So when him say I was going to mark Ronald Revere from Diego, I said, okay. And him said, just give him hell. I said, coach, what you expect me to do? Him said, just give him, like, I remember the exact words, but this was what I got from it. But I was just to give him hell. Just play my game and give him hell. So Ronald Revere did not, he was getting woolly right up that year. Them call him Chico from Diego.
Chico.
And when the Dread put me in a centre mid, I wasn't a distributor, you know. I was just a blocker.
Yeah, win the ball.
And I block. And that game, the man kicked the ball and I'm a seed for the first half. And then the second half, them a free kick, them kick the ball and I'm a face. But I was just there to block the ball. So I was doing my job. So it's not like I was a great centre mid like the great Ira Turner. Nobody can take that from Ira. But I was just there as a hustler.
No, man, you're the ball winner, man. You're the ball winner, look. You take the ball from the other man, them. Yeah. From the other
right,
team.
I'm going to play it off.
Yeah.
You're
not a distributor. You win the ball. Important. And the Dread love the man upon the team, you know. That's
I think I was one of the few men on the team, including Patrick and Coombs eventually, who would challenge that kick from the keeper. When the keeper hoists it up front, we are going at that, heading it back down to the 18 because that's one of the training that coach gave us, Mr. Jed, Mr. Here. Yeah. So, you know, that's one of the things him like. And he taught us as defenders, me and Jana can tell you this straight up, and Patrick eventually, we do not let the ball bounce. You see that kick from the keeper?
Yeah.
You don't let it bounce because when it bounces, it go over your. If you carry up a line to offside, it'll go over your head and not play the man side. So you don't let that first ball bounce, and those are the strategy that the coach pass on to us. So yeah, man.
So Bobby, you remember the first goal we scored from Meadowbrook?
Yeah. I was playing in a Walker Cup. In the Walker Cup game, I was playing.
And this is our year. And this is our year, Bobby.
First year, man.
First year.
This would be 84, 85.
Yeah, no, me never really scoring at that time. Is most when I score is like in 87, 86, 87. That's my last year when it was in the year
85, 86.
85, 86. No, man, 86, 87.
My bit right, Loki. 86, 87. School year matter. My bit right. Yeah.
So when make I trap back that a little bit, Jelly. I was playing centre half. And when I was playing centre half, enough people never know this. I was telling Rita the other day, I think not even Tippy didn't know that. You know, summertime come, we're a little kid playing, you know, in your backyard. You know, we usually play like Sesame Street, you know, the tire with the thing upon it, type on it. And I drop out the string burst with me and it with my brother and sister, them, the whole of us. And for some reason, I was the smallest one, so I was on top of them, but I'd reach on the bottom of the whole pack. I don't know how. And I ring out my ankle. My heel back turned to where my toe was, and my toe turned back where my heel back supposed to be. That's how severe my foot spin out of proportion. And my brother slipped it back in. So when I go to mother take me to the hospital, the doctor just said, you know, was have a bad sprain. So, you know, she doctored me, because you know these Jamaicans, they doctor you with whatever remedy she used. So I did sick with my ankle. A lot of people never know that.
And this is which foot, Bobby?
So
my right foot.
Out of socket.
Your right foot. Your kicking foot.
Yeah.
Dang.
So I still used to kick the ball heavy, but if me going a third tackle, you know,
like a 50-50 tackle, you got to ease up.
Yeah. So we was playing Charlie Smith.
And this is our year now, Bobby. The last year, we don't win?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
We was playing Charlie Smith. And Belly come down the Christopher Dias, come down the middle. He used to play a left wing and him cutting.
No, Belly Smith ended up behind Minot. I don't know if Minot was overlapping out, but Belly Smith ended up behind Minot. Or either him couldn't run leave Minot, because Minot did fast. But him ended up behind Minot and him cut in.
Yeah. him cut in and I go tackle. And when I tackle him, with my ankle now, as I said, the 50-50 ball, he get by me. Him lick it past Alwyn. So when me come up now to come up to the next half, Tippy scream out from the stand and said to me, say, yo, Bobby, you know, see you can't tackle belly. Make Patrick play center half and you play center forward. And I said, okay, to myself, and I switch. I tell Patrick, make we switch. And Patrick tell me, say, well, we switch. He never said nothing to me. We was co-captain at the time. So he said, I said switch, he switched. Pot was arguing back for we to come back to where him set the team. So when him do that, I tell Patrick, say, yo, listen, the two of we are co-captain, him can't take off both of us. I am the unruly one. Him are going to take off me, because it's me want to change, not you.
Yeah, remember, so Pot never say Patrick sweet neither, and I never realized that Patrick is a good defender.
So we understand that, but you know, I never know that, but I know that everybody know that where they're from Meadowbrook team knows that Patrick can play center. So we switched. He was arguing. It was my last year. He tried to get on my case about it, and I said, well, we call him Mr. McGregor, Tened. I call him one away and I tell him, I say, yo, this is my last year, you know. And if I can't play center forward, I can just stop coming to school. He said, why? And I told him again, I said, listen, look on the game when we're playing, I can't tackle. Him say, okay. So I don't know if, to my knowledge, I don't know if Pot them are the whole, like Mr. McGregor got to Pot them and whosoever and them talk and them have their meeting together, but I was in the meeting. But I noticed the game come up now. I'm at center forward. As I'm talking to you, that smile come on my face. And I say, yeah, center forward.
Well,
We playing.
yeah, go ahead, Bobby. Finish up, because I will have a question you bring to me. But go ahead, finish up your point, and I'm going to ask you the question. Yeah.
Yes. I can't remember. Maybe we tell them remember who we played the first time when we played in a stadium. And that's when I score.
I think your first would have been against
JC.
no, Diego.
Diego. Yeah.
Well, that was the Stadium East, I think. Wasn't inside the stadium. It would have been.
I think so. But I know when I scored that goal, you know, we end up on win. Whosoever we beat that day, we end up winning. I think it's 3-1 we win that game. Or
the 3-2, yeah, the 3-2 game
love.
against Diego, yeah. The 3-2 game against Diego will come from behind. It was down 2-love, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that game? Okay. That's a different year, you know. That's not.
No, that's my last year. That's 85. That's not Bobby last year. That was 85.
That's your year. I'm talking about my 87. Because Jelly was asking me the first time I scored, but I was playing center half all this time. So I'm talking about the time when I scored.
Yeah.
I don't think Bobby scored in that 3-2 Diego game. That game was between Look Up Twido and Paul Rabla. That's a different
game. Yeah. That's when Look Up was talking when Ghibli coming down. When he said, you want it? And Patrick said, you want it? And Patrick said, yes. I'm saying, you want it? And Patrick said, yes. I'm saying, all right, see it there.
And Patrick take
it. Said, take it. And Patrick kick it. He lick on the one side of upper right and go on the next upright and then go into the goal.
Yeah.
That was your last year, Tippy.
Yeah.
That was your last year. So back to the story now, Jelly. That's when time now I score. That year there, my first goal, I scored 2 goals and Emil scored 1. So that's my first time now starting about
Diego.
Yeah.
We also played Harden. I think when you score in another Stadium East as well.
But back up a little bit there, Bobby. So let me ask you something. I said the Dread turned into a defender before, and but a couple of questions with that. So the year you played defense then when the Dread last year and Tippy last year.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. So you would not get an opportunity for score at all. You would not.
No.
So,
no, it's 87, 86, 87.
yeah, man, I follow
When
you.
I
You,
go,
you
I go
came in as a
forward.
striker, and because of the shortage of defender, the dread recruit you and turn in a defender. So by the
It
time,
wasn't even the start of a defender. It's like me just was just a kick ball him over the bar.
yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
that's what
yeah,
he
yeah,
told me.
yeah. But you're a natural striker, as it turned out to be. You're a natural striker. Because the amount of goal when you score the goal. But may I come up to that? So, were you surprised that the dreaded leave?
Everybody's surprised. Nobody even knows that the Dread was leaving. Nobody know that.
Mm-hmm. I figure
I
that.
do not think none of us did know that.
Yeah. So who do you think they're going to train the team when the dread leave?
Nobody know. That's what I'm saying. We need to know nothing about nobody training, nobody leave. In the podcast, I learned these things.
Mm-hmm. I was still don't know why the dread leave. That maybe behind the paywall, as I said, but but now I get to know that. That's a different topic altogether. Because I'm curious. But yeah. So when so we start the football season then the year we win Walker Cup, almost in a turmoil then in terms of say without a coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can put the top about that a little bit to say, yeah. That would have been, and just I think about it, just off the top, me started. When you come and win Walker Cup and the season start that way, there is some farmer, just to show how good the team there was anyway, for the transition at the middle of the season. Because in the start of the season, you have to play defense now, Bobby. Right? So
yeah.
Two things. And you broke your foot or you mash up your foot a certain way, a play at home. Right? Accident at home. You never tell the coach say you have a problem with your foot.
I never tell nobody.
Okay.
I didn't want to play. So I'm not going to tell you, if you want to play, why should I tell you that?
You know, I tell nobody say injured at a throw.
No, because them gonna don't want me to play, and I know I could play and I want to play, so I'm not going to tell you that.
Yeah. You think if the dread was there, you'd tell him?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't really tell him what's going on, but, cause I did get more closer to the dread, so, the dread must make me feel comfortable and all those stuff, so more likely I'd tell him, I'd just come to him and go in his office and I'd say to him, Mr. Year, I can't play center because whatsoever happened. Because he was a more hands-on man to us than really Putt. You know what I'm saying? I remember Putt just come there in a 1 year,
Yeah,
or
Putt
whatever.
get a difficult job, but I do respect you. Him coming at the middle of the season, and we're really good. Well coached already, You see me I said to you, him come and get a difficult job. But yeah. But him not really know, no. In a sense, him don't know as a team.
No, I don't think he knew that we were like a gel at that point.
Yeah, because
everyone knew their roles at that point. And right through the season, I don't think he had to tell anyone what to do because we knew what we had to do in terms of the positional play.
Yeah. You see, I'm not disrespecting Putt to say nothing bad about him or whatsoever. All I would try to say, Mr. Here, mold this team. When Putt comes, Putt get we already mold. You know what I'm saying? So all him have to do is do him like a tweeting here and there, you know what I'm saying, to get to do what we have to do.
Yeah, man. Well, on about me make sure Tippy you there.
Yeah, me forward.
Yeah, man. I just want to make sure Tippy come in back, Bobby. Yeah, go. No, Tippy. I say no mean about support himself, Because Port get a well-oiled team, So I say to you, but I give him due respect because enough man get well-oiled team. Look on Chelsea with the amount of money them spend and them can make the top half of the league.
Yeah.
You follow me? I say to you, so I have to give him due respect, But you're right. At the dread build a team there to a certain level. Uno did ready. But
and Jelly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jelly, let me say something to you. Backtrack on one of probably your first broadcasts and all them things. I'll say this to you. Alfred come and say something about me. What, I don't want to get too deep in it, but I never used to play center half. So when him come with theme argument about the permacall center half thing, not never go so. Not never go so. I'll just tell you that again. is when I used to play, and I just come to Meadowbrook, them transfer me back to a centre. I never used to play centre.
No, man.
So where you talking about that correction this? I don't know where you get that from.
No, right. No, I'm glad you have to correct that, Bobby, because I never know that. I didn't know that at all. I just thought you were a defender.
No,
but
Bobby's first year was forward. In second year was centre half. In third year was half of it centre half and the other half as a striker.
That's
He
it.
transitioned back to being a striker.
Right, you see, right, because me see it, all me see it in a Bobby, and me not really know behind the scenes. And I just say, I see me them podcast, I'm glad you come and not tell the story now, say, boy, you were out and out striker. And when you start score the goal, I say, you man's a natural born striker.
I was.
Natural, right.
I believe he came from Pembroke Hall. When we got him in, he came as a striker. Because I've said before, you had Jono in the wings, who me and Jono coming up from the Colts as centre half, but we were never going to play centre half because in bringing Bull and Benton and them man they had centre half lock. They were such a dynamic duo, them click together that you cannot break them up. You can't say, have one and put Jono in. No. The two of them work well together. Because I see them line up some forward more time, you know. Like them know, so when you go, he might go for sell himself and the other one come and clean up. So
them time they look at sweeper and stopper. That was the role.
That was the role.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bobby come to Meadowbrook as a centre half. We never needed him then. He may be long term, but is when the dread see my kick the ball wild because in my English, English one of the hardest kick on the team, you know. Him had one of the hardest kick, and I don't think him score a Manning Cup goal for us yet.
Who that, English?
Yeah, hope and English. And him have a ratty kick. You know. The man kicked the ball off of the middle bottom field one day, you know, and the ball got through the tree them at the top of the road, so, you know.
Yeah.
And lick the dread bug, you know, man, and the dread sitting inside right and hold on and make the whole bug shake, you know.
And and it was full of control too, you know.
English full of control.
I bug the look in the bug that's supposed to mash up, man.
True, Tippy, which bug that look at that over true? Exactly.
The bug when you are lean down at the stoplight and check up at muscle down off of the road, man. The same bug.
So Bobby, I just say now you come in now. You want to, so in a sense, you want to go back with strike then as a striker.
Yes.
And then
that's what we naturally play.
Yeah, and then your foot now, you feel you can't tackle, you can't go in at the tackles you want to tackle. Yeah, so as a striker, you have to go in and wait him there. So yeah, I see what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, we like to go in and not deadly.
Yeah.
And me the man love give man them flowers, you know. Saying from them alive, me not give the man the flowers and them dead. Tippy Clark. And you make we win them 2 blood teethers trophy there for Meadowbrook. Because if me never transform from centre,
Tippy started the charge. And of course, I say, yo, no make the Bobby a play centre, make him play for, because even half time, Tippy has said it in our changing room, and well, not in the changing room, but in the stands. Tippy has said it when we are going, because remember when we played Jago, I think Bala Brown scored the first goal and the second goal, I mean, scored Emil. I sent Sabina part that game they play, you know.
Yeah.
You know. And from there, Tippy did start tell us to make the change. And when we were going to change, remember Tippy said something like that.
He did. He was saying
so Tippy, hold on. Let me ask Tippy this now. Tippy, you know, so Bobby forgot strike long time. Whenever I come whisper it in my ears, you know, my mouth big.
For real, he come like whenever I remember so much that whisper it in your ears.
Yo,
I know you had definitely dealt with it.
And it's a funny thing, you know, Bobby Smith was always the bigger, him always bigger than the rest of the man them in a Meadowbrook as well as the Manning Cup, you know. So we know that if we put him up front, you know, man, him can bustle him way through, which is what the paper even described him as, you know.
Yeah, man. Burly striker, as the man them say.
Burly striker. Yeah, because bigger than everybody. If you think about our forward on that 86 team, Billy tall, but Billy is lanky. Billy is slim, just like myself. Bala Brown is of a slim build too. You know, even Dango is slim built. We don't have nobody big enough. When Bobby go up there, you know, him tower over people and him leg is twice our size.
Yep.
Patrick and Paul never that small still, but I was
No,
bigger
no,
than
no.
them.
Well, they're the exception.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I was
three were
bigger
the
than them.
exception. You three were like, different. But not sure how big Bobby is. When the dread the year before, when we got out, no, not the year before, 85, when Bobby come, we were doing some workouts down by the foot of the hill gym. And the dread
Yeah.
look on Bobby and tell him, say, you don't need to do no foot exercise. Just work on fitness and maintain. Yeah, while the brother come to me and say, look, you have 100 more reps to go. Coming on a foot.
You leg them so thick,
Hey,
Bobby.
Jelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Bobby was so big, if you look back on the picture, then Bobby shorts them look like tights on him.
We were talking about ties. That wasn't no
That
ties.
is
That
true.
was pum shot.
That's
Like I
true.
just feel me that run.
Bobby never have to do no footwork or nothing. But, so you know that when you put a big man against a smaller frame, he's going to push down the frame. And that is why Bobby looked like he did in his final year, because Bobby was now bigger than the youth that I play at the time.
Yeah,
And more skillful.
And not only just big alone. The man could have scored goal. The man know for score, do it long time.
Bobby have good footwork,
Yeah,
he have some short, deft moves,
Yeah.
He was a scrimmage baller, a peer scrimmage, and used to play a even time with us,
Yep.
We were playing.
Jelly, that make a give a story there too. You see, when I was young, Tippy know this. When we much was younger, we used to have this man live Power Avenue named Sonny. He usually have like a little gym in his backyard. And I used to go over there go work out a lot with him. His things was like, it was no big everything like, weight thing, but at like things from off our car, some bed frame, and he used to do dips with it and all those stuff. So I used to love workout with him, and he used to tall and him chest big, and I used to admire him when him stay. So me always work out with him. So when I started to play for Meadowbrook, and at first you start to lift weights. And when I go to the weight room and I start to lift weights, the first time the dread called me away. Or we tell them never know this. He called me away and him say, yo, you lift weights before? And I was like, yeah, I always lift weights. Him say, you know what, you don't have to lift no weight. Just think on more like, I took the big part of the running up and down. But I hate the running up and down.
Yeah.
And he never know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't know that. I just do it because, I want to play and I love to play. But me feel we get fit on the ball.
I play the ball itself. Yeah.
And that's why I used to love scrimmage and love when he make me play scrimmage, because you need upon the avenue playing against your friend them. It's be a scrimmage you play.
Yeah, man, I play a scrimmage you play, man. Yeah.
And then when we play that now, I used to love it. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that come from which I used to lift weights before, so that's why I was so good. You know what I'm saying? And then I did tall already too, so because even when I stand up in front and fold my hand against the man, them come like baby to me, for the man there.
And you're right, Tipo. You look at the picture of Bobby come like some big.
Tippy, I talk about tights. I never see no tights with, but I mean, see we have pum shots.
I'm going to strand it bigger than Bobby.
Yeah, the brother from George is, yes, and they call him name. Yeah. Richard Strand, yeah. So what stage of the season, how much did you play already, Bobby, when young Patrick decided to make the switch?
I think we actually was out at the last game that we played, where we actually never, if we didn't win the game there, I think, listen to the podcast, we'd have go through in Manning Cup.
Champion game was our last game, and we had to win by 5 goals.
Yeah, because with goal difference, we think like we have a draw.
But instead, Camperdown played Charles Smith and draw, so them get a point instead of needing goal average.
Yeah.
So we used to play off in the Manning Cup, and that time there was zone and Manning Cup, a 2 zone or 4 zone at time, yeah.
More than 1 zone. It was maybe about.
I can't remember how much zone at the time.
I don't remember how much zone, but it could have been
more than 2. I just originally when me go school, I just 2 zone, a 2 zone. I think when me just come to that book, or maybe 1, but so long I don't remember Luke. But yeah,
you know what time I'm more than 2
zone. I'll tell you why. It's only 5 teams was in our zone.
Yes,
I
I'm more
remember
than
it
two.
was
I'm more than two zone. How much zone it was,
yeah.
Tippy, in your time?
Probably about 4 zones, some in other region.
Yeah, that may have figured too.
Yeah, about 4 because we Champa down, we play Charlie Smith, Woolmers, Calabar, and Campion. I think those were our 5 games.
And the top 2 team I got through or top 3?
Top 2 and maybe a best third.
Okay.
Best third,
Best
yeah.
third. Okay,
No.
okay. And then a straight knockout after that, like it end up with the 8 team or something like that.
Yeah, once it goes quarterfinals, it goes straight knockout.
It's a pity here, Bobby. That's all I can say. I'm say this all the while on them podcast, even though a cricket me play and all them way there. The Meadowbrook Walker Cup run are the most significant sporting thing in Meadowbrook sports history. Up to this.
Yeah.
I tell you that.
Yes.
Because me not take back nothing, man. I win enough more cricket trophy, but trust me, man. The Walker Cup
I think
run
we scored 11 unanswered goals, they said.
Yeah, man. We're going to talk about I know. How much of them they score, Bobby, out of the 11 goals?
A whole heap, man. I must say, what, about 6?
I do believe Dango may have bettered him. I think Dango was our leading goal scorer.
No, you're crazy. What I'm
Are you
telling
sure?
And what Dango right name? Hold on, look, we have to remind what Dango right
Emil
name.
Campbell,
Emil
sorry,
Campbell.
yes, we have to say the right name. Emil Campbell.
Emil, okay. When name the brother? Yeah, Emil.
More
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a right winger.
Yeah. I forget about Emil. But for call the man right name, I don't know him as him nickname. But yeah.
Sorry, yes, that's true. We have to,
You see-
Emil
you-
Dango
you see-
Campbell.
You see the same thing we just talked about? Him use him right foot. And Dread usually make him play left wing.
Yeah, just like what we talked about before. Me and that talk about,
Yeah.
we talk about Jack Grealish play left wing for Man City. And a right-footed player. Yeah,
so
yeah.
when you cut and come in, it's a ball go exactly for your right foot. So you get that strong.
Yeah. They dreaded well ahead of time, man. With them vision, well ahead of time, man.
Yeah.
So all right, so talk about the first goal he scored then, Bobby, was who? Was who against who he said? Diego?
No, it's not Diego. It's not Diego. It's probably Arden. Tree Love Arden.
Tree Love Arden. I'm scored 2.
Yeah.
Emil scored 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's in a Walker Cup match or Manning Cup?
That's what Walker Cup.
Oh, that's a Walker Cup. So the Walker Cup.
That's a Manning Cup and that played defense.
Okay, so
I don't know if he played if he went up front for the Campion, the last Campion match. But that would have been after.
What's that? The Walker Cup run?
No, not the Walker Cup run. After the opening Walker Cup games.
Yeah, that's what I mean. After the opening Walker Cup game, right.
I think we played Jago first, and then we'll play we'll play Shucks. I don't remember who we played first. I think we played Jago first, the 2 Love. Then we played Arden and dropped 3 Love.
And then JC and then Donovan.
Well, I think in that first game, the first game when I know I scored 2. So if I transform it,
that is Arden is our first game. That is true. Because I have the papers that said Meadowbrook through to quarterfinals, something like that, or semifinals. And it's after we beat Jago, that is. So Arden would have been our first game.
Yeah, it would be Arden, Jago, JC and then Donovan. Yeah, you're right, Lukey. So,
correct.
Yeah.
Arden, Jago, JC, Donovan.
Yeah, so let me ask you something. At the time, Walker Cup was a straight knockout with all that team then.
Straight, correct.
Straight knockout, yep.
Yeah. Because when we just started Meadowbrook, and I don't know when this changed, it was the top 4 team that play Walker Cup,
Okay.
It was 2 zone. Yeah, and the first and second for me. Yeah, go ahead, Tippy.
Even overtime for Loki. Even overtime, it was the top 4. But then it changed.
It changed. It changed into a real knockout style, like FA Cup, where all that team them.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. No, so you score. Yeah, go ahead, Bobby. Sorry.
I show off on them now, because the first time to the first goal I score now. I'll tell you the truth. Now I get sweet. Because when I go to school now,
girls them sugar.
Never girls them sugar.
Not even.
Girls them sugar. Spanner sugar. It's not like no for them don't know this, Miss McLaughlin called me in her office and said, oh, she used to say I was so excellent and I put Meadowbrook on the map on the big talk. And when time she might take a stock, she hand me an envelope full up and put it in my hand, folding about 4 pieces. When I open it, it's $50 in that.
Wow.
And to put that in perspective, you know.
Yeah,
Put that in perspective.
yeah, man, look, yeah, that Mr. Tell $50 could have buy one of them time there.
$5 lunch money, you know. $5 can $4.50 for a lunch at school, you know. Or you can use about that same amount of money and get a sky juice and a bun and butter, you know. So $50 are what? 10 days of lunch money, you know, 2 weeks.
When I tell him, man, and that inspire me more. So I tell her thanks, you know, she said, don't not say nothing to nobody, you know. This is between you and I. I was like, okay, Miss McLaughlin, don't worry about it. And I push my money in my pocket. I wipe out my mouth like I get butter on it. And I said, nothing.
You're not telling nobody nothing, Bobby. I yours that, yeah.
She said, don't say nothing, so I'm not talking. Just like how I talk and tell them, I just know I'm making them know how I get into the school by Mr. Year slapping the desk and all those stuff.
Yeah.
I never know all these things. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So the next match to play after that, no, Bobby, was who? So you ready for go score, I know.
What? At that time, I want to score now. I think at GC we play the next match.
No, Diego, as Luke say.
Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would score 2. I scored 2 again.
No. I think a Manning Cup you scored the next 2 in the next Manning Cup game. It would have been the champion game.
No, okay, we kind of mix up this from a long time. I never remember play Manning Cup and play center forward. Who will play after Charlie Smith match? Who will play after that?
Would have been Calabar, I think.
That time I got center forward, you know.
We beat them 2-1.
Then that, and I think I scored that 2. So if a Calabar would beat that year,
you remember which field it is? Because I remember the field. You remember which field it is?
I think it was the first game I played was on Stadium East. We played the first game.
All right, the Calabar game was at Stadium East.
Well,
and they had Richie playing forward. I remember who that played defense for you to remember, but I know them had Richie Sterling out of the goal playing forward. And I remember that morning before I go, Elvis Bob Campbell, the great Elvis Bob Campbell, keeper for Meadowbrook Manning Cup. Look at man said, Loki. And one thing West Pick used to tell me, is that your first tackle must be the hardest tackle. And me go out, and as them give the ball to Sterling, me whap him up, Dirks run over with a cat and said, look, himself, you come out here to play Wars, why you come to play? So I remember that game specifically because I had to take him out of the game. And he did. He was out of the game. He went back and played more like a centre half afterwards.
Well, at that time there, it was Clock. I can't remember Clock right name. Clock and Patch and Paul.
Stephen Combs.
I mean, Clock right name, man. Stephen Combs, the national representative.
He was playing. Him and Patrick started to play centre half.
Yeah.
And that was such a symbiotic relationship, I tell you.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Everything was smooth after that, Bobby. I do believe after we made that change in Gloucester, we were not scored on afterwards.
No, never.
Yeah,
because I couldn't tackle. So that's why they used to score penalty.
Plug the league. But Prince, I tell you, me blame Bobby. Because Bobby and me did play 2 years prior. So this is my 3rd year with him now, my 4th year, and I'm seeing him in upper 6, I repeat. And Bobby never even looked at me and said, look, this one I go, more you cover me because my uncle not good. He not talk to him, defend them. Oh, you're captain and you not talk to the man them. And I think it was pride.
No pride, Luke. And I'm not tell you why. The man want to play. It's a new coach we're not familiar with.
It no matter.
No matter. No, look here. Put yourself in a free position. I'm defending me, I know. Put yourself in a free position.
All right. I'm going to put myself in his position. I'm also going to give you the options at the time. Kingston Bernard was the only change on the defense line. So there's no way you would take off Bobby Smith with those 6 ankles and put on Kingston Bernard at centre half. You'd probably have to move
you're a Bobby I say. Bobby I worry say. And I'm right, so if I'm going to tell him, say, man, go sick. The season done for him. And I put him forward.
Who would I put on for him? Who would we put for him? That's what I'm saying.
But Luke,
if you weren't going to name Bobby in the 11.
Listen, Luke. If the dread was there, that's why I asked Bobby the question. If the dread was there now, He would have talked to the dread, you know. But it's a new coach. I never know Port from before, Bobby.
I know him. He used to coach Marvelly, but I never really knew
No,
him as
yeah, right.
team.
So the relationship when we have with Port, he probably don't know Freddie more than Port because Freddie used to do Meadowbrook and all with it. And it wasn't Freddie who coached the team, right? Maybe it was Freddie.
Freddie used to do that, but he never used to coach.
That's what no, Freddie wasn't a coach. Freddie wasn't a coach at all. I think Freddie had planned to leave for JC at the time and all the way there. I know Freddie was at JC, Bobby.
Yeah.
Because the dread leaving, Freddie gone at JC, you know. He would have come around the team and all, but Freddie leave and gone at JC as an internship for teach and coach at JC. So look, I tell you, man, I put myself in a Bobby show, you know. If the coach of me used to lick down the man on the table for defend me for coming out of school, not there no more. And you don't know why I'm not there. Spanner wasn't there either. That's another thing on them understand. No, yeah, Spanner was there.
Yeah, she was here. I think
Spanner was
she
there
was
for
there.
Spanner was there.
yes.
Bobby just confirmed, you know. But it's for some
Yeah,
reason.
because she didn't give me like a change in my pocket.
Yeah, Spanner was there. But Potts, Miss Morrison talk to Dr. Morrison talk to him when him get the work. So I don't know how that relationship that they go. But yeah.
That would have been the vice principal.
Yeah, Dr. Morrison was the vice principal. But yeah. But what I say, Loki, if you not certain you want to play now, because above anything else, Bobby want to play now. I forgot to tell. But
no, I understand the part there.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think the coach would have made a change anyway because, as I said, Kingston Bernard was the only defensive change we have, unless we would have then pulled back Patrick, and we had a ton of forward change.
Yeah.
Because we had Goodison, we had not that Billy Lyon was a change, but the forward was Dango was always the starter. But then we would switch up Curlew and Billy Lyons and Dave Brown.
Mm-hmm. And Curlew then at the squad, but he never started.
Not all the time.
Yeah, when I come on.
I don't remember him. I think the 4 midfield was. No, maybe he was a starter at that time.
He was a starter. The midfield
yeah, he was a starter because
at the time,
Paul
midfield was
Twiddle, Curlew, and Raj.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, Raj never used to start, Bridget. Raj
never used to start. No. It was Patrick. It was Patrick,
Paul Gabler.
Patrick, Paul, Twiddle, and who else? And
maybe
Curlew. Okay.
Curlew.
Yeah. So we had a lot of young talent, good talent on the bench. But most of them were attackers. So Bobby, there was no benching of Bobby. That's what I'm telling you.
But as I was saying, and I mean, I piggyback off of what Jelly said. You know, I never know Pot that good for really come out and sit down with Pot and tell him, you know, what's going on with me, you know. So, you know, I just keep it to myself.
But even you
Luke and say, my uncle don't feel so well. You don't have to say you're sick. You know what I'm saying? Just at least give me a hint.
What let me ask Tippy something. Tippy, you didn't know about that?
But Bobby uncle?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. I tell you. That's me. I tell Bobby say, you know, him can't tackle. So you know, him need to do the switch with Patrick. You know what I mean? Because you know, back in the days we used to say, Rotten Uncle, Bobby, Benton, Bull. No, Benton. I think Benton was knee problem. But once you see them going to the tackle, you see them come, you know, with no to the Rotten Uncle gone. And that's what we used to say, the Rotten Uncle gone. You know what I say?
Bobby speaks usually before it's been in a wrap up like mommy, him uncle.
Yeah, because I used to wrap my ankle because they teach me how to start to wrap my ankle.
Yeah, Bull have a dangerous Rotten Uncle to and Bull tackle hard. And every time in them all, I say, why Bull all the tackle so hard? I know him uncle no good. You know what I mean? I say, but Bull up out of him that.
Yeah, Bull a defender, but Bobby wasn't a natural born defender.
Right.
No, because Bobby not book you down.
Bobby not have the mindset as a defender. Just do have the mindset at all, right? A different mindset completely. Yeah.
And solid still, you know, when him have 2 good foot, but him no. Tear off your shirt and them things like, you know.
Him not. If him know the real Ray Barton, I know what the name mean, man. Ray Barton never take Bobby.
You see what happened to me, Jelly? I used to have to wrap my foot, then I put on an ankle band on it.
Yeah.
So when we start saying used to see me wrap my foot, maybe them good at us figure say it's just a precaution of just, you know, I use those stuff.
But it was, but you wrap it like your foot in a cast when you're done.
Yeah, wrap it like him wrap it like a sore foot.
Yeah.
Sore foot cast. For real. All the way
Yep.
above him ankle, you know. At least 3 inches above him ankle, him wrap it too, you know. And
Yeah,
under the
because-
instep, the
Yep,
insole.
because it was gone. As I said, it would ring right out. So, you know, and that's why I used to have to do for Wally. But as I said, I never feel like I want to say nothing to nobody because I didn't want to play.
No,
But
I
you see,
understand, Bobby.
was-
Trust me.
it was no problem when I was playing center forward. It's what I'm saying, because it's just me and the ball. And
Yeah,
most
say no, hold
times-
on. Say never fear no man come step on your ankle.
No, man, we are talking
wrap
about
up
Jelly.
firm,
Couple
man.
of things I want to you. You think none of them are run come up in me?
Yeah, no.
Man,
Wrap up
I
firm,
think
man.
me and Tegreg talk one time. Your man run up to me and bounce off like a ball. No, them not run up in me just
Oh, that's
so.
what I
Them
mean.
mad.
That's what I mean. At the tackle, you just can't be the tackle, Bobby, but the man now really come
Yeah.
tackle you. I got you.
Come.
With 2
And
cents
Chuck,
after more
Chuck,
than
at one
Torrance, man.
point, him named the Chuck, you know, Jelly. Him named the Chuck, you know, so you run up in the Chuck, you know, problem, you know.
Yeah.
Run up
Physically
in the
big,
Where's
man.
a big
Physically
back
big.
truck, Tippy? A big back truck. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I hear you.
Man.
Yeah.
So what on, Bobby? So at no point at all when you start play centre forward, you think so you're gonna lose a match.
No, man, we are talking about. I mean,
No.
Dango have it locked. Me and Emil Campbell have it locked, you know. Because Dreddy done have it from the year before. And
It's one match we physically lose, you know. It's Wolmer's alone beat us that year, you know. 2-1.
Yeah.
The goal where go over Minor's head.
Yeah.
That's the only game we lost.
Yeah.
Charles Smith draw. Camperdown draw.
Yeah.
And there was another team that drew with us.
me go give you a story too.
Yeah, man. Cause no for me. I told them give you already. I tell you say behind the paid wall stuff, but I make them go and see me. Go.
When when we start playing for Waterhouse, me and Tippy there in the stand. Them time I think I'm a second year we play in Meadowbrook. And this girl up in the stand and said, yo, Meadowbrook have a team, they say, man. The team wicked, they come like Brazil team. It's like when them reach the 18-yard box, the coach must blow the whistle and them turn back. I don't know why them not go forward and them have this big strong boy in the front. Boy, if you ever see when him busting on a run at the middle, you know, Jesus Christ, him just run over everybody. And I was like, and then Tippy turned to where he get up, you know, for going at the game. She said to me, see him there, I see him, you see him there, him play for Meadowbrook. I just smile and walk going at the changing room. So, me tell you, these are things I try to tell you, say, me did feel happy, relieved. Look with her. I love you as a brother, but sorry me never say nothing to you, but me want to go forward, boy. Me want to play.
Yeah. Yeah, so
And,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, Jelly. No, you go, Jelly. No,
No, me never ask, you know, which one of them match you remember the most up to the round of the Walker Cup? Which are two questions.
What?
Two questions. Which goal you remember the most? And which match you remember the most?
Well, it coming at the same. Remember the both. I'm thinking about the most memorable one and the most loving one and the most
Everybody love it.
killer one. At the head against GSC.
Big JC header one. The lean between the two defenders.
Right, between the two defenders. None of them swing. Is a
Yes,
penalty.
master.
Because them put in my face.
Yeah.
So it's a diving header. I don't remember who square it. But when it's
Minus,
square,
man.
Minus.
Minus the ball for you. The great
him
overlapping
square
wing back minus.
Yeah, when him square it and me run on upon it, me remember what the dread said. Diagonal run is one of the best run for a run. And me and Emil interchange. And when me and Emil interchange, the ball come in between Emil brother. I can't remember his name right now. And he was playing the sweep all the time. Cause every time me and him talk, him always say, Martin Campbell. Him always say, you know, Bobby, me sure no swing, you know, me sure no swing. But any him did swing, he would kick me in my face.
Oh, him a play center for GSC.
Yeah. So when him kick it, when the ball come across, I'm going to go between two and dive through the two of them and flash it. And at the back of the net, I said, Jesus Christ, I was one of the sweetest time of my life.
It look different from my end, you know. When I say different, it look even more spectacular from my end, I should say. Because mine not go down there, you know. Mine not run gone if we win back, you know. Mine not free, you know, and Bobby a trail, you know. Because, you know, Bobby now go ahead of the centre half and forget offside. Bobby there on the opposite side of the goal of the two centre half, you know. You see, mine not square the ball will go to the two centre half them, you know. Bobby had to bust through that two-man wall, you know, to get the ball on the other side of the man them for flashing at the goal, you know. So that's how him come from between the two man them and go through and go score the goal, you know. It's like the youth, they must have leave it to the keeper. And Bobby just go through and say, no, man, nah, leave this. So it was,
And the ball,
everybody saw it.
the way him spirit, Loki, him spirit actually, it's either waist between your waist and your knee eye.
Yeah.
So make it a good flash. That's why him gonna kick off it, because him kick off it.
I think a belly height you head it touching him. I think a belly height you head it touching him. I don't think you head it down so low up on the ground. Because
whatever time it come across, but me see it come over and me just get in between the two of them and flash it. Man. Right now back in there.
I remember that like yesterday, Bobby.
What? The whole entire stadium stand up, man.
It was a very, it's not like it come from nothing, but it was an improbable goal.
Yeah. Yeah. After the goal, it's like there's nothing could have stopped from winning the Walker Cup. That was like the goal.
No.
You see your forward have finished them with it. You know, get them more?
Yeah. So when you play down in the final now, Bobby, it come like, I know overconfident, but it's like you just know say them boy I can't beat you none at all.
Once me go centre forward, man, and start to score, me know that it's a wrap. Me know say it's a wrap now. You know, I say me not style me not style them, but me just know say a Meadowbrook time now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I some start to feel. I feel less confident in myself. Like say, I can't think them. I will give you a drama. I think them will score a goal too. Don't know to score a goal part. I mean, I'll confess it. I confess it enough to the man that we play with. I wasn't trying to score that ball, the one from half line. I'm square it, you know. And I see Emil run on, and I try to square it to Emil, and he catch me on the outside of my boot, and the keeper did half time line.
Oh,
and he drop in the back.
He catch him half time line.
Yeah.
But them said don't know did that style we have, that's we are little boy. Some shit them did that say.
Yeah, them time.
Yeah, man.
Them have one of the best link man at schoolboy football.
Yeah, man. Altamont Butler. Yeah, man. Yeah.
I tell you, Altamont was easier to mark than Richard McDonald.
Yeah, but he was a big name ball at the time. Yeah.
Man.
Them did a big link here with a big goalkeeper, Gregory Hall too. Gregory Hall.
Yeah, Gregory Hall too. That you could have keep
them big forward.
And me have a tendency, so me I give with time flowers, you know. With a whole pad cover to the depth, you know, man. In that game, you know.
Yeah, man. With a mark him out.
And pad cover play for don't know her for JC.
JC.
Yes, right. Mr. McDonald the attack.
MTM one.
Yeah.
The little cool boy upon him thing like a ticks pan a cow bat. Man, left man at all.
Yeah, man.
One thing with Wit, you know, once you put Wit as a marker, you know, you have to kill him, you know.
Man. The white thing me get the title as the second hardest running man for Meadowbrook. When I see Wit up on the field, you know, like him all over the field and one position him a play. It's all over the park, man. I run up and down to rad. Yeah, it was a complete team effort here, Bobby, and you cap it off. Come score the whole goal. It was a team thing right through and through, man. And
let me tell you something to Jelly. You see that team there, every man, but you see that me have to give a man more than flowers. Me have to give him a wreath, road boy. Twitter.
General that man. Devon Twitter read, man. Yeah, man. Where else, man? Yeah.
Them things that Paul can work.
Yeah, man. Me I love talk to him, you know, and I don't have no link people to make me know, you know, because I love getting on the program and doing a guy.
Jamaica.
I'm a virgin that to man. He used to come check me. Because I used to live a mile. He used to come check me through Premier Card and I come through, man. When we
Yeah.
have the bus and all of it, yeah, man.
But me and Sam did that, I think there. I
Who
take
said Jamaica? Who says about Jamaica a while ago?
Oh, me think of Jamaica. Sorry, my bad.
No, man.
No,
Twitter
man.
did live at Texas for years, but a long time I not get them. I check it a link on the man, and brother where you see the track and field, and brother. I feel the brother no want to give me the number, come at the in the have no number for him, brother, but we not get it yet, but we that check it a number for
Yeah,
him.
I send out some
Light
link
Rose,
for you.
Bobby. Remember say Light Rose, then brother, no, Bobby.
Yeah,
Light
yeah,
Rose,
I remember.
that.
Yeah, man, if you get a link for you, man, I try to get a link for you. I
Great
love
Devon Reed, man.
the great, that way I say, man, one of the best midfielder that out of Jamaica. I name that talk about Meadowbrook to right. I can't say that. If we go play for Black Star afterwards, National League. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. A big ball.
Them man, when them man they are put it by your foot in a jelly or put it in a space in a right.
Yeah,
time,
man,
you
yeah,
know.
man, yeah, man, yeah, man. And I kick the dead ball, and through that kick the dead ball, man, the free kick them and all.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
I have to big him up, man. I have to big him up.
Yep.
I
Yep.
have to big him up, Bobby. So, let me ask you a question, Bobby. So, when you win, then, how it make you feel when you win Walker Cup for the first time? Were you aware that this was a history-making moment for Meadowbrook to win a big-time football trophy?
Jelly, me I walk on cloud 9. my sister tell me say when them interview me after the game, she say, "Be a foolish, me at all." She said no. She said to me, "Bobby, you not even put a sentence together. No, you ain't excited." And then that goal when I go score, man, the other when I go score, a big team will beat in a GC.
So, don't know.
JC was, I don't know, what be in the final.
Not the final.
JC was the semifinals.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that game, the game there was a game, the final game. May I tell you the truth? Me no know. It's like me up on cloud 9 because me not even know what did for say. Cause it's like me couldn't keep my composure, the way me happy. To see we put a team together and see that team come to success. Saying, hearing how people did talk about with the year before, or we're good and whatever, and then we come past the promised land to come bring a trophy in a Meadowbrook. No, man, how are you, Jelly? I know I still feel that. You know, I what some only for years.
Almost
still
40
feel
years,
like,
Bobby, on the short. Because I guess what, as you realize, you know, winning is not an easy thing, you know. We don't win a trophy since that time.
Never.
Yeah, me I tell you.
Never.
Sometimes when you're winning, you think so you can just win again and the easy thing, you know. But I know the easy thing, you know.
No, easy at all, man. Easy at all. And then remember, you know, it is the dynamic where you have to put together, and you have to take that piece, you have to put that piece, as well, which I was just saying, you know, and we were saying, because they moved me from centre half to centre forward to full that hole to make we could have win a trophy there. But if me still run back there, so I want to win the trophy.
No, man, winning thing not easy, man. Look on our team. I made that talk about it before. Liverpool never win a Premier League for 30 odd years until the club come at the team. And they must struggle. And you talk about switch. Look on the youth, them have play wing back, and them start to play an attacking midfielder now. Trent Alexander-Arnold. And it seems, at them time, I think they say in football, they say just transition a team a certain way. That's right. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Another thing, you must realize that winning is also a mentality too, you know. You have to believe you can win, you know.
Yeah, man.
And I'll tell you why Walker Cup was easier for us to believe that we can win. Is because Manning Cup started off with a draw. And then the second game was a second draw. And we say, oh, we are continuing from last year. Because we're an artist. We were calling ourselves artists because last year we did draw too much. The year before we had drawn too many games as well.
Yeah.
So once we draw the first 2 games now, the man them started to say, oh my gosh, you guys are artists, so we never believe. Yeah. I think this is the third game we play Wolmer's and lose 2-1. So we lose now, we start doubt ourselves, but we know we start, once we put in that doubt now, it's like that's a wait. We're not sure if we can win.
Yeah.
But when we believe that we could win now, is where we start clear. Is where we actually almost qualify for Manning Cup at the Campion game, and we make 5 goals. We realize that, oh shoot, we lose out for Manning Cup, and our team is this good that we're not supposed to lose the others. And it's after that now we had the Walker Cup, we had the JC game and the Dunoon game. Because at that point we believed that we should have won or gone through with Walker Cup.
Yeah.
So the mentality that we believe in ourselves at that point is what carried us through. Yeah.
Yeah, Jelly.
Yeah, go ahead, Tippy.
Jelly, Luke, we're going to put this on the record. You see it? 85, 86 team who win the Walker Cup are the best team that.
Of course.
Money Cup team. Because me hear 1 and 2 man I say otherwise, but are the best team that.
No, the team that won definitely was the best team, and I'll tell you why. The
86 team. Yeah, 86 team.
He said that 86 team was comprised of 2 winning, when I say winning, not the championship, but winning Cole's team, Curlew team, and my team came together to win that 86 team, along with the outsiders, which include Bobby, and Emil.
Alwyn.
Yeah.
A couple more.
Yeah. You know, so we needed the outsiders, because remember, there's 400 boys to pick a starting 11 from, while the other schools choosing from 4,000.
Yeah. Our pool of talent is just so much smaller, Loki. From
but we just put it out there because them say otherwise that's a team after
there was no other Money Cup team. Nothing from 83 team could have beat the 86 team there.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Why? You're right, Tippy. Me no, on the record speak for itself, you know.
Yeah,
I just second to none.
Yeah.
That team they could have easily win Money Cup. Why? But unfortunately, we couldn't easily win Money Cup.
Tell them what the spectators say about the team and them ball possession, that we're gonna go under what?
Yeah.
Turn it back.
The referee blow the whistle and them turn back and start bill it again.
Them say the coach.
Coach.
But me say this about that team there. And I don't know if you remember. If you remember that team, the 77 Clarendon College team. You must hear about it with Lenny Hyde and them man there.
Lenny Hyde,
yeah.
We see that team they play now. They see that team they mash up Calabar and Olivia Shield, 77, you know. And they're the best football me ever see play at Jamaica. Man can't talk about Wales, them see. Me just talk about me, see. You see, our 86 Walker Cup winning team are the second best football team ever see play. They run there to the Walker Cup finals, but we win. And so only Clarendon College in another one match play better football than we. You see me I said to you, no? No other team.
The brand of football we play.
Yeah, man, the brand, exactly.
Everybody talk about the brand.
Exactly.
The man them say was a Brazilian team. I saw them call them league with Brazilian.
Yeah.
You know, just figure that a little schoolboy football team are reigning as a country.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Everybody look up on the face of the map of Brazilian football, and we are just rated like them.
Yeah. Because I remember Paul Gabler used to come to the top of the 18 for it. Mine used to come short, me used to come short. And it was one of those 3 options we used mostly. We never kick ball over half line and for forward run it down.
No.
The other team that Meadowbrook went with with Tivoli to Walker Cup finals with, maybe about 4 or 5 years after, was with Cadian, and their strategy was us kick it over the midfield all the way to Cadian up front. The spot kicks were always aimed for the centre forward. I mean, that wasn't how we played it. We were building it.
Yeah,
we build it from a ground come up.
Yeah. A different brand of football will play. So the Nutrimel Shield, Bobby, with the win that hard, under the just celebrate that just coming like.
It was I'll tell you what, it was a struggle. I think we had won the Walker Cup close to 2 to 3 weeks before. I mean, I think it was 1 week after, you know.
Yeah.
And we never trained. We never knew about it. It surprised me, to be honest with you, because I don't think we were training. It's a week before, you know. I think it's a month after. It's a week before. Them say, hey, we have to train for that game. And I was like, oh, shoot, wow, which game this? We never even know about it.
You can Nutriment. I think a 2 team ever win that in a Loki. I don't think it abandoned after. I don't know if our year bad man, but I think I just 2 teams. If you're looking at the record, you see I just 2 teams. Meadowbrook and one of that team ever win the Nutriment Shield. I think them.
Right. That Shield it was a struggle against St. Mary's College because there was a good team too. Them did have juggler.
Yeah, it was a
And we
good team.
struggled. Zanina he went to extra time and penalties, I believe. That's it.
Penalty, yeah.
A penalty win that one. But
Yeah, penalties.
what I just say, the Walker Cup was the trophy, because it's like after the Walker Cup, everything was an anticlimax, because yeah, Serrated, yeah. And I'm not telling you, Bobby, I think say if we did lucky enough, we can't change time, and that's switch to make early, the Man Cup would have been ours for the year then.
Of course.
Of course. That's what we tell her. If Tippy was banging it in my head from long time, but as I said, with putt, I don't really know putt like how I know the dread. It's just I decide myself, said, listen, I can't tackle. So why the sense me going to stay in this?
Well, Tippy, I'm going to blame me. Bobby, I'm not blame me, so I don't want Tippy, I'm going to blame him. I just come whispering on my ears long time in a rasta. I mean, I get some group, but Tippy know that. I get some group of man, and trust me. And Luke, know that the one we start ring it out from the sideline, the change it up for make, big man. But
but Bobby never signal nobody and tell nobody.
But that's why I'm not saying nothing to nobody. Tippy know.
You go
on. Me hear Tippy at him. Me hear him defend himself, Luke. Me hear him.
You see Luke and the Gobbler, them are not miss a year regime, so them discipline, We don't know me and Bobby come from the unruly neighborhood,
yeah,
you
man.
see it, so we know.
That's why if you come tell Luke, but me Tippy, me not go to school and time, me don't know, say. But we not going to hold on nothing. We win the Walker Cup years, and a big time thing that, so we not take back nothing. We're going to celebrate that.
But honestly, not winning the Money Cup that year is a regret for me for years. It's been a regret.
Yeah, of course it would be.
I'm never good.
Because we could have beat up that team that win the Money Cup, but far better than winning KC.
Team that came. After we've found our rhythm, any team we could have taken back Woolmers and beat them.
And them win Money Cup here.
Our Woolmers match for draw.
I won the Money Cup that year.
Young enough to score about,
Won the Money Cup that year.
KC.
Okay.
I would want to play a champion of champion game against them and them refuse. KC was the winning.
Them afraid of them, man. Them never want to get embarrassed.
Yeah.
Anyway, Bobby, believe it or not, I one question I ask Bobby, and we almost there talk for 2 hours, and I ask Bobby if I pick Meadowbrook, and when I say nothing else, Bobby. Let me ask some more questions. Well, the most embarrassing moment to remember, you can't talk with that smile, I go Meadowbrook, or up on the football field, whichever one. Anyone, any more?
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I think we play. It's either JC or KC we play. I think I was KC. Sabina Park. Tippy maybe can remember that game. Yeah. At the same time when Mr. Ear did bench, the bench look up. I was who we playing Tippy.
Judges.
And me I play center. And I think I Chipper Morgan at the time.
In Fairmont.
And I don't know, Sabina Park did have a waterlog.
No, rain fall.
Rainfall, but it have like a waterlog on the right hand side of the
Yeah, by now let's say that with the Bobby. Some part of the field in rainfall, full of water, yeah.
But that's what we did want. We never want the game to play again because if that game that it suspended, look up with that after play the following game.
I got you. Say, the game postpone and go the next day. Yeah.
But the referee got there. He threw the ball on the field and the ball stopped. And the man still played the game. Judges was happy when them realized, say, look up now, play.
Yeah.
I was playing center and I leave the middle, go make a tackle. And when I go to make the tackle, Chipper Morgan blood cleaters turn it for me. And I slide road boy, come stretch out to make a slide tackle and him turn it for me. I remember it like today, I called my sister because she was just like, up watching the play. When we reach home, she just stop laugh off of me. She said, Bobby, the man cut your boy, run out of the TV.
Out of the camera. Slide out of the camera.
I'm lucky. Tippy say, I know the days the cell phone, I know, but I know, I'm going to have that, I put on TikTok and I said, the one Bobby a slide off on the field.
That was an embarrassing moment of me playing schoolboy football. Mr. Man, I know every time I remember him, I laugh because it was a joke. And I just black me go for black the man. I think I Alwyn him there will kick it off.
No, man.
I me go for,
Me, man. Me, that
and
goal. And
you will see him on the day in a goal. You will see him on the day in a goal.
Where say,
And the man leap.
he made up half of the
Me say,
field, Tippy.
yeah, man.
what? Yeah, that was one of the embarrassing moments of my life in a schoolboy football. Yeah.
Yeah, man, yeah.
We didn't pile him for you, you know.
You mash
Yeah,
him
me
up
know
back for
say,
him, Loki.
Yeah,
Loki didn't
but
mix him up
say
on
him pile me
schoolboy.
first.
Mm.
I put I'm check say much go try beat me with speed now. And when me run, the man just lift the ball over me and I run underneath it. This is before Bobby even get knife. And so come them put another one. I say, oh, so that them I do okay. So I start playing. I come with a mark. That's no mark deep. Cause I realize I'm fast. So them play the ball down there again. But go on like me not reach it. And so them come and lift over him. He made him run go down my corner for and come back in. So them come back and say, good pile China man. Come on.
You mash him up. You mash
Yeah,
him up, Loki. Mash him up.
catch him. Well, match me up first. I'm catch him back. So
Yeah,
when I
man.
rest, I'm a match him up.
Yeah. Me ask you another question, Bobby. How it make you feel? I bring up back all the Meadowbrook memories after all these years.
Jai, man. Jai. Remember, feel like me young.
Alan Rush.
Me still there, yeah. Me still there schoolboy football, man. What you talk about?
Mm.
It run through me enough, man, enough time, you know what I say? But what me I gonna do? We get older now and things happen and all them things, but we still remember it.
Mm.
Good time.
You can listen back and hear it and all with it. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yep.
But me ask you a question, though. A question where say Franklin ask me to ask the man who come on, or the man who come on. What do you think we can do to make Meadowbrook old student or alum want to give back to the school?
Well, me feel, we for us get
Practice it,
together. Like how you say we have the KC, Calabars and those bigger schools, Old Boys Association, as I'm talking upon this now, I'm going to say this, I'm going to say it wide and big and bold. Some man, a Meadowbrook, them things say, them want style enough away, road boy. And them for ease up off of that. Make everybody have an open mind. I will go in and deal with the way I have to deal with it. Because you have some man feel away or some of the man them still are deal with we as the outsiders will come in a Meadowbrook. Because I talk to a couple man, where outsider come in and them not really feel happy in a certain way. Someone say, let go the animosity where there's some man having in their mind about the outsiders them. Not because you figure say, you pass your common entrance and come in at the team and we come as an outsider when the thing say, certain vibes different from us. No, we are all one, we are the same thing. But the whole of we join together, like how we can join together. I love how you bring in this podcast thing for a man can talk in mind and say what him have to say. That's the only way the old boys them association can come in and girls them come in and we put together and build for the future. Because the future are the best for we right now. So man, if we get what passed and gone with the man and certain things and make we move on in life.
Yeah, man,
That's my part of the thought.
a good thought that, Bobby. We are one. In no matter how you end up at the school, I'd say all the while, you can check out from Meadowbrook anytime, but you can never really leave. And you come at the school, man, you don't feel like you leave at all. And no matter when you come, if you come there for 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 6 or 7 years like me and Luke, it don't matter at all. At the same thing. I go talk that.
And may I give another speech what happened, that why me really come off and say that. My last year of school, Meadowbrook kids them give some problem on the 37 bus. And the driver and the conductor come and complain to Miss McLaughlin.
It's McLennan.
McLennan, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And he keep a meeting, devotion. And when the devotion done, I tell a Jelly, all of we are Meadowbrook student, the goose, what them say? What good for the goose, good for the gander?
Yeah.
all always stand up in that class. I don't know if which of them remember. Stand up in the auditorium till lunchtime because she said anybody who in Meadowbrook disobey upon the 37 bus. Remember, all of us take 37 bus.
Yeah.
Everybody take different thing, and some people walk go.
Yeah.
But she have everybody stand up in the auditorium till the lunchtime. That's the discipline where she had discipline with because we give problem to. So that's what I'm trying to say. The discipline where we get, why we don't continue using that on the platform and do what we have to do and stop style people, road boy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've never seen you guys who came in any different. I don't know of anyone around in my friendship crew that styled anyone. Because for me, I was even glad for the help. The team, to make a team, it needed that help. And after a month or two, we forget about everything else. And you guys were one. You guys were there for years. Once you spend a year in Meadowbrook, you become Meadowbrook.
Yes, Twitter. I'm not talking about like when we go into school. I'm talking about now we come out in life.
You want to talk about when you leave school and now okay.
Leave school and everybody
feel like you must say, feel a vibe that certainly like a man might give up a vibe say him never come a Meadowbrook from day one. I understand what Bobby I say, man. I never knew that, Bobby. I never know that, but I'm glad you put it out there because this conversation that I call it is about the whole way.
That's it.
When you see me talk and everybody me talk to left, right, up, down, it no matter. You see me I say to you, and we keep it real. You see me I say to you.
Ask Bobby and people which school them prefer out of Pembroke High School or Meadowbrook High School. I tell you, Meadowbrook.
Yeah, exactly.
Them had a grand time at Meadowbrook.
But me know that, right.
Yeah, let me tell you, Meadowbrook for life, brother.
Yeah, man.
I've never heard Julius them about any of the Pembroke High School reunion.
Yeah, because them not unite. They don't unite like Meadowbrook. Meadowbrook for life. Meadowbrook is like a university, bro.
Bobby, hear me tip it, don't make my wife hear you say that to her. Pembroke she was going so. Same time when you not go to school now, so she might know another bit. So
yeah.
She might hear this. They're going to cuss me to her heart and say, yeah. But she knows I'm Meadowbrook all the way for me, man. No worries.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So Bobby, what the best learning experience you get from Meadowbrook?
Learning experience, discipline, love, perseverance. Why, it's so much to talk about when we learn from Meadowbrook because they teach me to become the man where I am today. You know what I'm saying? And you have a teacher in there. I never forget this man, and I will never forget him until the day I die. He was a garden. He used to be the woodwork teacher. You know, he talked to me like I was his son. I was a friend. I could have got to him with anything. And, he was there for me. So, this is what I get from Meadowbrook as a young man, transferring me over now to a grown man. You know what I'm saying? And I will never give up Meadowbrook to no other school. If I did to put it back again, I'd go back to Meadowbrook again.
They do it over.
Yeah, all over again.
Mm-hmm. And they said talk about that. So when you win the Manning Cup or you win Walker Cup, how much money Spanner give you? You can't tell how much money, how much $1,000 she give you.
No, she don't give me that thing. I still make it 50-50 them used to get.
I'm not telling nothing else. Same stay.
Nah, yeah. If I want Spanner gone and him still a whole secret.
Still a whole secret.
It was $25 goal. It was $25 goal.
No, true, Bobby, true. Them time the 50, when you say you get $50, yo, you know what tank of gas that could have buy and full up the rod. That was a good Bobby.
Why do you think we used to come and pick and we used to buy some lunch no one again? I think the money we used to get, we used to spend out. What do you think?
Sky Juice was like $1.50, Sky Juice.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Let me ask Bobby our culture is. We all know say Bobby come from Bob, Robert. Where you get this name Bobby? Because you know name Robert.
Wait first, when right name? Bobby, a good question that Tippy.
Raymond
Smith. Yeah, where you get that name Bobby for true?
Yeah.
Let
You
me
name
give
Robert.
him, let me give him a full name. I'm gonna put it out on the big broadcast. You know, everybody can hear. My name is Raymond Livingston Smith.
Okay.
Yeah.
I live for Stan. Booty give
So,
me that name, that Tippy. Booty
yeah,
give me that title.
Booty
Bobby?
call her Bobby.
No, the Livingston.
Stan.
But the Livingston him tell me live for Stan. Him give me that
Livingston. Okay,
name.
I got you. Yeah.
You know, Jelly good member that youth yeah. Him used to play for Calabar and KC named Dickie Knight.
Me remember him, Bobby. No.
Norman Knight. Norman Knight give me the name Bobby.
Okay.
He used to come to America when he was younger. And when he used to come here upon summertime, he meet this kid. He used to play football with the kid. And I play football just like the kid.
Okay.
So he give me that name Bobby.
Bobby,
I never
right.
like it. I never like it at first because that same thing I was saying. You give me name Bobby. I never name Robert. I never name none of those names. So when I come with the Bobby, what him just say, my favor the youth and play just like him.
So
So
you
he
got
give
that
me
name
that
from
name.
Pembroke Hall?
No, I get that name from a younger
From the
guy.
Waterhouse. From him home. Yeah.
So you grew up with that name pretty much
Yeah.
before high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know it's a tip. Me never remember say a Raymond Bobby name for trainer. A good thing you bring it up.
Yeah, everybody just call me Bobby.
Yeah.
Bobby
I forget completely to say a Raymond speech the name for true, Bobby. Yes.
Mm.
Everybody at Jamaica call me Bobby.
Everybody.
Who know
Yeah,
It's
them
only
know him as Bobby Smith Truck. That's what the Manning Cup crew know him as.
yeah.
Bobby.
Only my mother used to call me Bobby Raymond.
Raymond,
Nobody else is
yeah.
Bobby.
Mm.
Yeah, I never know that.
And I get that name, Tippy, I get that name from when we used to play Corner League. You remember the Corner League, Road League. You remember the Road League when we
Road
used to
League.
play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look for you.
That's when little youth. Then I was about 7 years old.
So, but seriously, so Raymond, Bobby. Yeah, wait, so hold on. So Spanner, when we win Walker Cup, Spanner never call in her office.
Yeah, I tell her, she call me, I get my money, man. I want to pay Jelly. Well, you just want me to time my business.
Okay, all right. That one there for behind the paid wall. We don't have to tell nobody.
Paid wall.
Yeah.
Payroll now. Me up on the payroll.
You know, but
Yes, sir. You know that she paraded the whole team on the stage. So all of us were up there and became, amongst our peers, we became like stars. Our classroom was able to see us and hold up on the team. So she paraded the team and presented us and them cheer we on and say, hey.
yeah, man, that's what she did all of the sports team. This is a big thing for her, because I have to remember, Meadowbrook was a Cinderella school,
Oh my gosh. We changed that when we got there. Meadowbrook became an ordinary
Yeah, man, Meadowbrook became a big school.
We no longer Cinderella.
Just think about when she had a principal meeting, she had us hold her head high, Spanner used to walk like a state.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, you couldn't
We
talk to
in
her.
our back.
You couldn't chat to exactly. You know exactly matter. You couldn't chat to her when she got principal meeting at all, man. So I run a big talk that she have this, man. Big talk.
Of course.
Big talk she have this, man.
And that same year that we won the 86th in November, 15th of November, when we won Walker Cup. In the June or maybe the lead up to that May, June end of the year, you guys won the thing that was it Tapping Cup or Sunlight Cup?
We win Sunlight and Tapping that year, 86. I think we win Sunlight. We reached a captain. Yeah.
So we felt as students, as stars.
It was a golden year that in a sense, man. That year they say 86.
Was a special year.
Yeah, man. That year, as I said, Luke, that year there was a peak on Meadowbrook in terms of
Not only that, 82, when we had the coaching going finals, just because of that finals team in the Stadium East, and you guys winning as well, the Sunlight Cup, the 82 as well. We were known from then.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Meadowbrook God get branded a certain way, man. Meadowbrook get branded a certain way.
80 just with a hand of God from Errol Lewis, that 82 final,
Yeah,
so not like them, just we weren't supposed to be there,
Yeah.
Nothing like that. It was a fight and a struggle for them.
Yeah.
And every year, including Tippy years that we were there, the teams have never beat us. Never. I don't remember a team beating us by 2 goals cleared.
Yeah.
It's always the odd goal.
Yeah.
We never get 2 love or 4-2. It's always 2-1, 1 love or 3-2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Bobby, believe it or not, I'm more than 2 hours there. Let me ask you a couple more questions before I ask you the last question. Or one more question before I ask you the last question. Well, round the table, I ask you the first. But, well, you first, Luke, any question on the topic you think we could have asked Bobby when we never asked him?
Yeah, man. If there was another school he would have chosen to go to, well, he sort of answer it with the stats thing, but I ask him straight, if there's another school that you wanted to go to, which other schools would you have gone to that year that you came to Meadowbrook?
Well, I couldn't go to another school, so I just Meadowbrook because it's the year before I didn't want to go to Stats and Stats deny me. So it's just Meadowbrook was just on my table now. Because I did have 2 choices at the time. I did have either Stats or Meadowbrook, and Stats deny me, so just Meadowbrook straight.
And a question I want to pose to you as well is one that Jelly will have to use behind the stone wall. Is that any the paid wall? Any of the girls that you had at Meadowbrook at the time, are you still in touch with them? And why?
No,
Behind the paid wall.
really.
Hey, behind the paid wall. Don't answer
Bobby,
that.
plead the fifth here. Plead the fifth on that, Bobby. Don't answer Luke.
No, none of them. I'm not none of them right now.
You're not pleading no fifth. You can't answer that.
Him said them somewhere. I know, say. Them coming to Meadowbrook, you know, it was fun and joy for them.
No, we can't bother with that, you know, because when the Permacal was more fun and joy to Permacal more than Meadowbrook.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Tippy, you have any question we could ask Bobby? We never ask him.
Well, I wouldn't say question. Well, yeah, you didn't ask him about in terms of a sprinter. Cause he was a champion boy at one point. He was a big time athlete.
I Meadowbrook and Permacal.
Meadowbrook.
Primary days and at Meadowbrook.
Oh, we never know that, Bobby. So you're a big time sprinter.
I'm coming up the 100 meter and thing and dust out Patrick where they're going like him at the top sprinter. You know?
Who Patrick Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah, we never know the Bobby have them wrong.
Fergie and Andrew Fergie, so where they're going like him at the top sprinter. Bobby come and Meadowbrook come dust them out.
Emil was fast, you know. I don't know if Emil did run.
No, Emil never run that year there, but he run after that. He run that thing after that. And maybe in a different class.
Yeah, we never know that, Bobby. We never know that. But the man,
I just say, I'm going to tell you something about that running thing that now, Jelly, since Tippy bring it up. Yeah, they have when I go Permacal school, I run 11 flat pan dirt, you know. Yeah, they have this guy, Tippy, I don't know if you remember him too. Him the name, I think I got Davis him the name. Him did left and go to high school. Him one time him come actually nearly run for Jamaica. And I was beating that kid. Beating him 100 and 200. So I was a sprinter too, but I never as I said, I never used to like the running because track and field you have to train too hard, and me ain't the hard running up and down.
Yeah. You know the rock hard running at all. None of that. Yeah,
when you run 100 meters, you have to run 150, and you have to run sets of 150. When you run 200, you have to run sets of 300. So you know, I never into that. I come like Bolt. You know, Bolt not like train, so it's like me that I don't like train.
Good question, Tippy. Thank you for that. And Bobby, is there any question when we could have asked you? The floor are yours. Anything you want to bring up, or me never bring up at all, or forget to bring up?
All right. This is what I'm going to bring up to you. 86 team, me, Patrick, Paul, Lukey, joined All Manning Cup team. And this is what's going on in Jamaica Football Federation. I'm here enough time to when the man them talk about it and them thing there. Stop fight against the younger youth them. Make the man them perform if they have to perform. We win Walker Cup. We get called to play All Man in Alicasta. And me have a talk this big and bold. I talk it wide and my chest big. KC man, them enough man, but me hate George T. That's George Thompson. 86 we go there. Me a play, we are train over KC. Me a stretch and Patrick kick a ball to me. And him say, Bobby, I'm gonna lift up my head, the ball come and I control the ball. I always have hamstring problem too. So, but if I not stretch properly, them tighten up on me. So that's what happened to me. Him see me Grinch, and him said to me, say, what happened to me? I explain and tell him what happened. That's why with her, I don't like talk my business. I said to him, say, you know, if me not stretch good, I warm up good, I stretch good, I have some tight hamstring. My hamstring them big in a road boy.
Oh yeah.
And the man bring way, go up on the him tell me someone must go sit down. Enough about a train that day. Saturday was a game. I think it was a Thursday. The Friday, him come on my house. I'm living over the estate and me live over at house. Him come on my house and talk to me and ask me if me alright. I'm tell him yes, and him tell me some for go and ice it and whatsoever. The Friday evening we go man take a beer and going on the thing there. We're there in the hotel. The Saturday morning come, the game another evening. The Saturday morning come, he come to the room and he asks me if me okay. I say, yeah man. Him say, yeah sure. I say, yeah man, me alright. He bring me on the back landing, Jelly. The back landing is like no hotel or the back landing them long. I can't remember how much feet. The man have me a sprint on the back landing and a sprint. When we done sprint, me run about 3 or 4 times on it. When we're done, go take a shower, breakfast time come. The man name the breakfast, name the thing then at the breakfast. Me, Patrick and Paul up on my outside and me at the middle. And me, from a lick of my face, and certain things come out of my mouth, I don't care. And when the breakfast, I eat a breakfast, the man name him starting 18. And the man name the whole of the Meadowbrook man them out of the team.
But I wasn't there. I didn't go. I did have I did have
yeah.
a finals in our stadium. You'd have, I think, a Sid Bartlett finals.
And one time him name the team. I can't talk with myself over the podcast because every man have a year.
Behind the pier. You mean at the breakfast, you see that, Bobby?
Yeah, round the table, everybody there, 22 hours there. And him name the 18 and him the name no Meadowbrook, man. I'm a drop the knife and fork in the plate. Yeah, I'm at the plate. I'm a curse. And Patrick and Paul, like them hold on for me and I'm say, yo, me a got me yard road boy. Cause this done a right for, you know, we know we win Walker Cup. We are one of the 4 best man. Well, Witter count out Witter because Witter never come. So the 3 best man did it at the time to Meadowbrook. And none of it. The man named on the 18. Anyway, I say I got my yard and everybody attend. Patrick and Paul are calm me down and the rest of man them are calm me down. And I never want to go in the stadium. I tell them for go on and left me. And everybody I say, yo, Bobby, come man. I went there and I went in the stadium, Jared Park. When I'm in Jared Park, sit down, George's coach come in and him sit down like 2 seats away from me. And him look on the team. The man used Gorilla to play center forward. And Gorilla is a link man. See? And the man turn and say, oh, me not see Bobby Smith out there. And I say Bobby Smith sit down right there, sir. Him curse about the word to him say, we are do ya, sir. I say, ask George Thompson. And him get up. I say, you know what? Him cost the effort and say, I go down there to George. We don't know where him go down there go say to George. Or George say back to you. You know, the man leave the stadium.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The man leave the stadium because it's like everybody come there to see Bobby Smith now as a Berlin striker. I go run pan
Holocaust on them, yeah. Hogland them on them. Yeah.
And no Bobby Smith. That was one of my biggest regrets and remembrance in a schoolboy football. Saying, and me I'm gonna tell you, it's like when a Jeffrey Maxwell build back my confidence back in a football in a Jamaica.
I turn you off after that.
Yes, me never want to play no more football again.
Yeah, man, I can't see that, Bobby. I can't see. And that, yeah, go ahead. Finish up, Bobby.
I know I know. Even when time we get called for the Jamaica youth team at that
Juvenile
time,
team, yeah.
the
Same
juvenile
thing.
team, and the same thing happened.
23 of us was on that team.
Yeah, man.
And
Yeah.
me hear Pot said Patrick and Paul had went to go to Trinidad to go play. I never remember that. Because I noticed them never want to give no Meadowbrook people them no game. They want to give the higher school them the game like we is nothing. You know what I'm saying? After we win two championship and
Still a
put
treat you like
our
Cinderella.
school, and put our school on the map. So that was my biggest regret in schoolboy football.
But we knew that was coming, because that year the All the Casa team there, the All Manning team that you and I were on, they had a practice match against Draxall. Or no, not Draxall. I think it's Black Lions who played at Draxall. And when we get with gears and thing and them carry the squad down there, the 18 that you make play, you could assist say him not really have, and I realized at that time him don't have me in him squad. So that's why me go to George T in the week coming before the game and say, George T, I know that you don't have me in your starting 11. And I'd hate to sit on the bench knowing that I'm a starter for Med Forest in the finals on the same day it's happening as the All Manning All Accra. So I tell him, I won't be able to come because Med Forest need me more than how the All Manning team need me. Because the All Manning team didn't need me.
Them not gonna say them need you, look. Them not gonna play you.
Yep.
Them not gonna play me. And me as a starter and a detrimental part of Med Forest team at that time.
Yeah.
And him live in Forest Hill Gardens, which Med Forest is Meadowbrook Estate and Forest Hill Gardens. So
remember when Muslim.
Right. So him know that, and when we tell him about it, him say, all right, him understand. I said, good. I'm asking him if I'm about the socks. Him said, no. And I was only able to keep the socks.
A blue
socks, yeah. A shiny blue socks.
I'm not telling you, Bobby. I'm just going to leave it there in terms of why more because I just want your word beat on that, because me talk about this panel program for the cricketer them. P. Brown talk about it. Dylan Banks come talk about it when you hear them on the story. So I know nothing one year now. So I just want we're glad so we're gonna Meadowbrook here, sir, because we never get you see me I said to you, them couldn't stop we and we beat up them school big time, both in a cricket and football. You me I said to you. But in a way,
Bobby still was being written up in the papers after him.
I don't think
that we weren't stars enough.
No, right. I don't think I mash up Jamaica football.
We were stars.
I don't think I mash up the football.
We get written up for Med Forest in the
Yeah. Remember that, Lukey. I don't think the mash up. I don't sports in Jamaica. If you have a business or a team, I now pick it on merit. Trust me, man. This is destroy Jamaica, man. This is destroy. And not just football and sports alone, Bob. Exactly. You know, pick the best one for the team or for the workplace.
Yeah, it's just like Jamaica team with Boys Town, Carl Brown.
Same way, Tippy. Same exactly.
All the boys play upon Jamaica.
It's until Renee Samuels come this and start pick whole heap outside, man. Not even outside, man. Man, better than enough for the man who play. And that's how we reach at the World Cup.
There's a terminology where Jamaicans have what we call training horse. Where some people in a training look like them.
Yeah, man.
And they have put them in a match conditions now and them feel. I am the opposite of that.
Different thing,
in a
Luke.
Easy, I just go through easy. I not kill myself in a training. I save my energy for match game. When you put me in a match, you see a different Loki.
Jelly, you see thing to this guy will play, I think of Arsenal, the Jamaican guy will play. I can't remember his name right now too.
Oh, Chelsea, you talk about what name there? Music of America, this is a Marvel. No, you talk, man. Him name must slip me on. He used to play for Manchester City.
Right.
Sterling, man.
Sterling, you talk?
No, and Sterling. You have a next one, man. And play for I think Arsenal and play for him come out the camp. Him come out Butler, the Butler camp.
You know that play for Aston Villa. Yeah, man. Leon Bailey, yeah.
Aston Villa. You hear all them man they talk. For them like a kid, them try and take them out of the Jamaican Footballer Federation.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Too much fight going in there. Someone say, me see it to myself.
Yeah, man. Enough man can't come to the story, Bobby. I'm glad some of them conversation that you can come document what happened to you. I never take it. I just say, when I want to talk too much about that, I no fight with that for behind the paid wall. You mash up knife
Yeah.
and fork and plate.
I true, man. Can I tell you the truth, man? Me have to drop the fork in on the knife.
Yeah,
and
man.
plate it. It makes man the way me vex, man.
Yeah,
Me
man.
I take all the plate and
Yeah,
fling it
man.
to a road boy.
Yo,
Mash
Mr.
up and go.
Miss coming and me never waste time because I know where them are. Me hear them are talking on
Yeah,
the
man.
sideline now. Oh, who thick and who big and who me I run past them and that's the conversation them have. Who big and thick. And me say, yo, Mr. Skinny man. No, me know my half with it. And when him start in 11, I look on the team. I said, no, sir, this is a waste of time for me.
Anyway, Bobby,
Nobody.
may I ask you the last question. This is a wonderful conversation with you. Well, I must say I talk for 2.5 hours to that, you know. A 2 questions I ask Bobby. Last question, Bobby. Everybody get the first one and the last one. What did Meadowbrook magical?
The surrounding of the whole entire fraternity of Meadowbrook, teachers, students,
The atmosphere.
groundwork. Yeah, the atmosphere, the groundwork, Pekka, canteen, everybody.
So the whole community.
The whole community put together. I mean, I got big up this lady big time. I mean, I big up the youth here big time. Billy Lyons. When time we win Walker Cup, his mother and his father keep a celebration for us. She was part of Meadowbrook community. So, just to say this, all of these people make Meadowbrook school magical.
Including the mango bush.
Yeah, including the mango bush. They don't know if we know the mango bush or not.
Yeah, man.
So,
Yeah.
all of these things make we know how we ride and die for Meadowbrook.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm going to leave it there, sir. This is a wonderful, wonderful conversation, Bobby. So, I'm going to close it out. So, Raymond Livingston Smith or Bobby Smith, Luke Witter, Leon, I remember your first name. I say your name, right? Tippy Clark. Noel, sorry.
Noel.
Noel, Tippy Clark.
I'm a middle name.
Speed, a Leon said speed. Noel spell back way. Leon.
Okay, I hear you. All right.
He named him son after me too.
Trust me, brother, this is a wonderful conversation. This is me, Jelly, and I know the whole of the other name I have. Prince or Glace or Lance. Any one of them name they will do. But thank the whole of them for coming here this evening.
Pleasure.
God bless the whole of way and God bless that great school at 2 Meadowbrook Avenue. And have a good night, my brother, and a good evening. And thank you for that conversation. This is a wonderful conversation. As I say, it's a blockbuster one, this one is go out. Thank you, my brother.
Great word.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Blessed love, my brother.
Yeah, man, cool. So, remember to like, share, and subscribe these Meadowbrook Memories podcasts so neither you nor your friends will miss another memorable conversation. Thanks. Thanks for listening to Meadowbrook Memories. And remember to give us all the support and encouragement you can on whatever social media platform you are listening. And special thanks to my production manager, Kyle Prince, who takes care of everything involved in getting the podcast out every week. And without him, this podcast would not be possible. It is his expertise that allows me to do what I love doing every week, having great conversations about Meadowbrook Memories, and he's responsible for everything else. So again, thanks to my production manager, Kyle Prince.